Welcome to Dicefunctional, where my players are playing with duck sounds. Our normal introduction individual, Jace, is not here currently, so our intro is going to be a little different. We're basically just going to hop straight on into the actual game itself. Where we last left off, the Neighborhood Watch had just made their way to the second location that was marked on their map, a dig site that they're aware of on the mountains just to the east of Vientido. There, they found what appeared to be a joint operation between North and South Eches archaeologists, as well as laborers from both countries. And there, the party came across the paramour of one Kaz, Vera, a laborer that they had come across and met and had become friends with. Everything appeared to be going well. You guys even managed to get your way into one of the mine shafts and figure out some information about what was happening in there. And then some people appeared. What appeared to be a collection of 4 odd individuals who appeared to be on a bit of a timetable. One of them challenged Granny Gunslinger, aka Aoife, to a duel, and they both managed to land a shot on one another, and then he thanked her and went on his merry way, showing no signs of this actually being the last time you run into him. After that, you all went about your business, having a nice little dinner amongst yourselves, began to clean up the tower, and then Rot's issues began, where they had a conversation with their Fauchard cause. And after some very good rolls and a unfortunate realization by cause, it was revealed just who Rot's patron truly was, the god of excuses. And at that point, a creature made its way into Rot's room and attempted to take cause away from Rot. Rot managed to stop this, again, with some very impressive rolls. And in return, the creature did the only thing it could and took away Rot's power permanently. Where we had last left off, Rot had met a mysterious individual in their dreams, and the rest of the party had begun speaking amongst themselves, trying to decide what to do next. So, your companion Rot appears to have had a really rough night. Few of you are still awake, talking amongst yourselves for your own issues. Vera is still present. They seem a touch concerned about the situation involving Rot, but they are here, as well as the rest of you.
So you said it was your fault?
You know, maybe.
What? Just walk me through what happened.
Well, we were cleaning in the tower, and Fizzy walked away. So I used the opportunity to start complimenting Rot to see if I could, pick out what was wrong. Like a child with a scab. Rot did not react well, and stormed off really angry at me. Like, really angry.
You know that when you pick scabs, they don't heal good, right?
It does if it's an infected scab.
No.
You're gonna look at me and tell me Rot's wound isn't an infected scab that needs picked open to heal right?
You can't bully someone like Rot with compliments. It's not how that works.
Worked before.
On who?
Plenty of people.
Look. You're expecting me to shout at you. I'm not gonna shout, but Rot is in a very delicate situation, and that requires a delicate hand. You can't, when you push Rot, he just breaks. You have to give him a foundation to stand on.
Rod is the most stubborn person I've ever met in my life. Do you really think gently shoving him onto a different foundation's going to work?
Yes. That's
I don't think it
both
will.
you and I know that there's something wrong with Rot.
Yeah, and he's never gonna admit it because he's stubborn as a mule.
When I've dealt with people who have been in relationships that are really bad for them, and forcing them to leave that relationship never helped them. They never really understood.
Kitty.
Not a good person to give that analogy to. I give a lot of poison to people. To get rid of a lot
Assuming
of...
they're both still alive and you're not killing the other one.
There's a lot of bad people in this world. Killing sometimes is the solution. Personally, I'd like to...
What? You'd like to kill...
I'd just like to have a conversation with Rot's mentor.
Mm-hmm. Conversation.
Look, something that person did, that Zandy fellow. I don't know what she did.
I certainly don't trust him.
Rot didn't come out looking like that with their parents. He loves them a lot. Zandy did something. I just wish we knew more about him.
Look, as I said, in my experience, you get the best result just by being a good friend and, you know, maybe lightly encouraging them, but pushing and prodding, you gotta be really careful. You gotta know when to do it, ultimately. And I mean, what I'm trying to say is we can work together on this.
Oh, I'm the bad person. I already know this.
No one needs to be, no one should be the bad person in this situation.
Good cop, bad cop's never not worked before.
You don't good cop, bad cop when you're working with an abuse victim. No.
While you two are having that conversation, Costella.
Yes.
Vera is still sitting with you, and they seem concerned with the situation, kind of concerned for Rot too, and they're gonna look over at you and go, "Do you think Rot's gonna be okay?"
I don't know. This is sort of new to all of us right now, and losing your magic seems pretty big.
I guess so. Still, I'm sure they'll be okay. Eventually.
I hope so. I don't know. I wish I could do more to help, but I really can't because I don't even have magic either.
I don't think you need to have magic to help him. You just need to be there for them. They're your friend. But it's not just being there, it's also... Well, I suppose it's being there to help when you need to help them. I don't think they'll always need someone nearby who can climb a building, but when they do, you're going to be their best option.
Vera, do you even know what I do?
No, but I'm not really bothered by that.
You're not?
No, not really. I realize I'm not the brightest. I'm not stupid, but I don't really pay attention to everything around me in the same way everybody else does. It's never felt like the most necessary thing for me. Or a priority, I suppose. But I'm okay with that.
My God. I don't I don't know how to react to that, honestly.
Oh, that's that's fair, I guess. I don't know. That's just how I thought about things.
Hmm.
And I've met plenty of people who have told me they've done less than good jobs, but everyone has a reason for why they do something. So I can't really judge. What's that saying? No, I don't know the saying. Never mind. You can't it's how you can't judge someone until you've been in their situation, but it's not really possible to be in that exact situation. I don't really know how it goes, but I'm not really one for worrying about that kind of thing.
Okay. Oh, Kaz gets up. Man. I fancy you, Vera. I think you're too cool for me. I really I don't know. I don't know what to do with myself yet. But I think Rot needs a lot of help right now.
Let me just change the music real quick.
Why?
Oh, wow, spooky music ain't fitting, is it, Charlie?
It's a date, dang it.
That's I really haven't had anyone say they fancy me. That's very sweet to hear. Sorry, I'm not sure how to respond to that.
It's
I haven't
okay.
I haven't really done this sort of thing.
No, that's fine. I'm kind of used to hearing that.
Well, it's not. I'm not saying no. I'm saying I'm not sure how to handle these things.
I
It's a very.
I don't either.
I'll stick around with you, and I'll be your friend, and I will be. I'll find out how this goes, and I'll be willing to try. Being with you, I suppose.
But don't you have a job to
Well, I
do?
do. I do, but I meant like. I didn't mean like physically being nearby. I think I may fancy you as well.
Oh man, it's, it's okay if you don't feel the same.
No,
I
I just don't really know how. I haven't done any of this kind of thing.
Hmm.
I've always been bigger than other folk, and I've always built up muscle well. So I suppose people did not see me in the same way. So I never really had any experience with this. But
Hmm. Vera, do you know how I know you're a good person?
no,
Because Ruben likes you.
I didn't realize Mr. Monkey was a good judge of character.
He always judges the candidates when I tend to like somebody, but generally he would scream at them. But this time he didn't.
That's nice to hear. I I would like to hang out with you all and your friends again, and you. But you are correct. I do still have work. So I can't come with you all. But
It's okay.
I
Don't
would.
let me distract you from your work, Vera.
No,
You know,
you're okay. I just it is getting late and I should go to rest. But I would like to see you again.
I'd like to see you too, Vera.
And Vera will just move up close to you and will effectively bring you into a very big hug.
Well, that's kind of I guess she's not used to other than her family, so hesitantly hugs back right now.
But I can take care of myself though. So don't worry about me. I'll be fine with work and everything. Just pay attention to your friends, Rod especially.
Yes. He needs all the help he can get right now.
If you happen to be back in Elvadil, I should be back there at some point, probably in the next few weeks. Feel free to come see me there.
I will. But you should go to bed. I think all of us are kind of tired right now.
I'd imagine so.
Especially you.
No, I'm used to it. I'm used to the work. But it was nice spending time with you, Cass.
It was nice too.
Have a nice night.
Good night, Vera.
Good night. And Vera will let themselves out of the cart. You two good over there? Just fucking white knuckling the chair, apparently.
That's the panic.
Anything else that you guys need to have scenes for during the night? Nothing?
Hmm.
Okay. I'm going to change the music again. During the night, Rot, you have the dream that was described last session. Take a long rest, everybody. It is 9 o'clock on the 47th of spring. You guys are still at the dig site. What would you like to do?
Jill, would you like to tell them what you just told me?
I said, I don't know what I would get from a long rest. So Jess was like, I don't think you used anything. And I said, I don't have anything to get back. So.
This is true. You have nothing to gain.
Yeah. But nothing.
Either.
Technically, that's not true. You do have the Find Familiar spell as a resource.
That's true. You get that back.
At least you didn't lose Frog.
I would have actually gone into mourning had I had lost Frog. That's my baby.
They also get up in the morning and kind of groggily go get coffee. I have an idea that's stupid, and I need other witnesses.
All right.
I don't have to bleed for it. It's just gonna take time, and I need somebody to bounce ideas off of. And Ash has hauled himself up in his office. So that's still in his room.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I need to find out why Rock could never learn magic. There's gotta be something. And my only lead lives in the Underdark, so I need to go send a lot of sending spells.
Have fun with the hat.
This is gonna be a lot of rituals. And Darius will disappear back into her room, but the door is cracked.
Okay.
Michelle, we can't hear you.
Do you want anything besides coffee?
More coffee.
Okay.
I trust Rizzy. She'll bring it to me.
I mean,
Go bother Rot. Not bother. Yeah. Okay. I want to go.
yeah, it is good. Yeah, go check on him.
And Michelle, you might want to turn yourself slightly up on the stream.
Okay, I'll do that. I do that. Is that better? Is that better?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I am going to go knock on Rot's door. I'm going to be like, Rot!
You cut out. What did you say?
I need lessons. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Lessons are cancelled for the foreseeable future.
But why?
I'm on sick leave.
No one teaches me like you do. I'm actually learning something.
There's a long silence.
I have a question. Is Ruben sitting at your feet also ready for the lesson?
I don't know.
Yes.
That's what the cast. Okay. Is there a hole in Rod's door? Like, is there like a
Like under the door?
yeah, like under the door?
Like where your cat's paws shove under.
I'm sure there is. I don't think Rot
Okay.
made a it's not like a sealed vacuum chamber.
Busy going to turn into a very small animal under the door and like then just like it's just to go under.
All the lights are off in Rot's room, and he is under every blanket on the bed.
Did he wish for more blankets?
Sure. He's got a bunch of blankets and it's just like a lump.
Busy's just gonna kind of like perch herself like at the edge of the bed. Not perch herself, but like kind of just sit. I mean, she would do that, but sit at the edge of the bed. She's just gonna be like, Rot, do you think that you're only worth anything with magic?
It's an extremely heavy question for like 9 in the morning.
It's just, you're the smartest person I know, right? The smartest. You teach things in a way that make things very interesting. You make me want to learn. And no one else has ever made me want to learn before. Even my siblings. And my siblings who are... I have some very smart ones.
Feels Mike is not picking up the low level whine.
Again, I play a very emotionally...
Manipulative?
Not manipulative.
None of this is
tune.
real, Fizzy. It's fully manipulative.
No, just...
Ra's gonna lay there in silence for just a second more and then go. I thought last time someone complimented me a bunch, I lost my warlock powers. I appreciate the sentiment. We'll start again tomorrow.
I can hear you.
Not complimenting you to compliment you. I'm complimenting you because it's true. Okay. I've never been like a book person. I don't know if we know this. I'm not really a...
I never would have guessed.
Stories are fun, but I find books very boring. The letters kind of like, sometimes they'll like dance in front of my face. But, like, there's something about the way you teach that it makes it a little easier to focus on the letters. Did I just canonically give her dyslexia? I think I just did that.
You did.
But it kind of makes sense, so.
Number of Dicefunctional characters with canonical dyslexia. 2.
But it makes it easier to focus because you tell fun stories and you do fun, you know, like when we're writing and doing the learning, it's fun. It doesn't feel like school because I've been told school is very boring and this is not. But I can wait till tomorrow. I'm gonna go now.
Rod's hand will slip out from under the blanket and he'll pat the back of your hand. And from under the massive blankets you'll hear, "You're a very good student, Fizzy."
Thank you.
And then the hand will
Yeah.
slink back under.
I'm gonna leave you because I know what you went through was really hard. But we all care about you, just know that, okay?
Michelle, is Fizzy also about to cry?
She is about to cry.
Okay. I can hear it in your voice, so I had to ask.
I did not do that, but like my brain just turns into that mode. So anyway, yeah. If if you need anything, just let me know, okay?
I will.
Okay, and then she will open the door. She'll go out like a normal person.
I'll turn into a spider and scuttle under the door.
Question: does Ruben remain behind?
No, Ruben.
No.
Ruben leaves.
Rob will also pat Ruben on the head before he leaves. And then-
I also have a question.
Yes.
Did Rod at any point overnight open his door and eat any of the food that was
the
left?
plate is empty.
Alright, then Tana will not be busting down your door. Because
Ooh.
if you're not eating, she will. She'll find a way.
Life finds
Finds
a
a
way.
way.
Finds a way.
Sorry. Gotta make those awful
Didn't like
those,
that.
those awful Jeff Bloomisms.
Jeff Goldblum.
Alright. Anything you guys wish to do? Yes. Yes.
I'm doing a bunch of sending spells, remember?
You are.
Whole bunch.
So,
Whole bunch. I've already pre-written and counted a couple questions.
excellent. Proceed.
Proceed.
She will originally cast, at very least this first one, which means she's taken that 10 minutes.
10 whole minutes.
Please, it took it took Rudy.
That's because you were doing high-level spells.
Even sending took half an hour for her.
Yeah.
Because you were doing it ritually, that's not a normal thing. You were doing it as a special thing.
I know. I'm just saying.
Don't get on me. Anyways. And she will cast Sending on her sister. And say, hey, Callie, I need your help. What could cause, a person to be unable to learn wizardry? My friend was a dedicated student. It's 21, 22 words.
Sister, good to hear from you. There are a few things that can stop someone from being able to use magic. Curses and other similar effects can do so.
Yeah, so scribble, was rat always cursed? She'll take another 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Could someone be cursed for most of their life and not know?
Not really, no. At that point, one would have to question whether or not they have a volkivic bloodline that they are attached to. We lost our cameras.
Sorry.
Dares will cross out curse and send again. What the fuck is a volcanic bloodline? Use normal words. This is happening over the course of 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm. So you just say what's a volkivic bloodline, basically?
What the fuck is a volcanic bloodline?
The fuck is very short.
Yes.
Mm. Let me make sure I have my... there it is. Volkivic bloodlines are, in their strongest sense, people who cannot be affected by magic. In weaker forms, they are only affected by higher level magic, and in very dilute forms, they have difficulty with magic.
This time she'll use the rushed incant. How can you tell if someone's from a volcanic bloodline?
Oh, Bean.
Now I gotta start keeping track.
Volkivic bloodlines are only visible in areas with higher concentrations of magic. You will see the magic around them will appear dampened
What would happen? I'm doing another question, can't. I gotta think about this one. What would happen if someone with that bloodline tried to become a wizard?
I'm not sure. Many individuals with Volkivic bloodlines don't try or show the propensity. It's possible they would be unable to do so, or would require significantly more training or aid.
She'll do a ritual for this one. Would a talented wizard be able to detect that in the average person?
If you knew what to look for, yes. But if you weren't thinking to look for it, you wouldn't really see it. You'd only notice it if they were an Advenian Volkivic, much stronger. At which point, magic wouldn't work near them.
Well, magic works near Rot. That much isn't accurate. Ashton can't. Because I want to ask.
Using up all of them, I see.
Look, man, I don't use them for much. What do you know of the wizard Zandy? He's famous here in Ekes, but are they known back home too?
I certainly haven't heard of the name. They may just be a particularly talented wizard in the area, but it's not someone I've heard of.
What's that theory? And she'll long cast one more time and go, well, you've given me some leads, dear sister. I love you. Don't explode anything this week.
No promises.
And Deus will open her door and find the first person that's out in the open. Who's out in the main room?
Not to put myself in there, but she literally would be like just kind of lounging there. I don't know if anyone else is also lounging.
I mean, my philosophy for Fizzy is if it's like not sleep time and we're like not, she's probably in the main room and she's not doing like a lesson or whatever.
I'm teaching you a card game.
Okay.
And trying to get you to taste whiskey.
It is.
I don't
See,
care
it's
about
good.
word count.
It's good.
It's really
10
you have to give
It's
it a
10 in the morning.
It's just a sip.
Who knows detect magic in this room?
I can do it ritually.
My skull has it. Oh, my hat, I think.
Mama is knitting, and she says, "Oh, I have it prepared right now. Figured we'd be going to the mine, so I prepared that and the ability to detect poisons in case there are gases."
So all of us can do it.
What do
Except
you
for
want to teach?
you.
It's in my old grimoire. I don't have it. Have any of you used detect magic near Grot?
Kind of. When we were in that cave.
I may need to disturb Grot.
I will say, out of character, there's never been a point where Rot has been the focus of detect magic.
No, not the focus.
They've only
but,
been
like,
nearby.
Yeah.
I need to disturb Rot because I have a lead I need to check. And I feel really bad if this lead is correct because I'm about to break the heart.
Oh. Oh dear.
I'm hoping it's not. I'm hoping. But it's the only lead I have, and my sister Knows her stuff.
Don't think this is a good idea or a good time to do it.
Well, Rot's spiraling already.
I mean, we can potentially do it without them really knowing. If you have detect magic up, if you just... We don't have to tell them yet.
No, that wasn't the goal. I didn't want to tell them until they were less inclined to.
Yeah,
I promise Rot is not gonna.
I was gonna say,
Jesus Christ!
That's
I
Davis, not me. For reference.
Is he just
God.
like, no, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Look, I don't have a
Remember,
mental state.
I did just. I'm the one. I've spoken to Rot today. So.
Well, we should get them out of the room anyway at some point.
Yeah, laying in bed all day is not good for you. They need some sunlight. Oh God.
So...
Did I just say that?
I feel... She, like, feels your forehead, like... Sunlight? Ma'am?
Why don't you let me finish this up and I'll say to it.
Yeah, invite him out for a snack.
Tana is knitting something to hopefully make that feel a little bit better, which is a cloak for Frog that matches Rot's cloak.
Oh.
Eros is gonna sit down for a minute to realize her horrible mistake of thinking about the sunlight.
Whiskey.
Darius will take it.
It's not enough to get drunk on. It's like literally a shot. Wow! You are the
You were saying.
lightest lightweight I've ever met. There wasn't even enough to get drunk on. Do you have like alcohol in your veins?
No, I stopped drinking when I got pregnant. I haven't drank much in the last 2 years until I joined Asher.
Right, well, that makes sense.
I'm getting old, Granny. My tolerance is going down.
I'm amazed any of you can
She
have
just
any alcohol.
looks at
The Fae where I'm from can't get drunk, so they have the strongest stuff imaginable. Just even smelling it makes you go woozy.
Well, that sounds fun. Gotta try that one day.
I used to be able to hold my alcohol.
You know, I don't know that I believe that. From what I've seen.
My wedding night was a blur.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
You mean that literally? You used to be able to hold your alcohol. You can drink it, you can hold it though.
No, it's like the movie Airplane.
God
where
damn it! You made the joke
goes-
before I could.
Here's
I have a drinking
grab.
problem.
But one of you used detect magic on Rat. I need to test this theory. I'll share it if it's got any headway. If not, not important enough to dig into and explain if not.
So, Kana, do I need to roll anything for knitting the costume for a frog?
No, I'll say you can make a little cloak for Frog, no problem.
You'll have to make another one when we get the poncho.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mini frog poncho.
Frog in a poncho.
That looks like a frog. A frog?
Frog show.
Frog show.
It's called a poncho, but it does look like a frog. So
Poncho.
Frog would look like a frog finally.
So,
To be
Kana
fair,
will-
Rat looked.
The true end game.
Frog looked like a frog at one point.
At one point, not right now. Just a little cog.
Kana will ritually use detect magic around the time of finishing before knocking on Rat's door and say, Rod, I have something for you, or I suppose it'd be more accurate to say it's for Frog.
I'm also going to ritually cast Detect Magic just as like a backup. But
Rot won't respond, but you will hear like Rot walking to the door. It's just cracks it. It's like a gift for Frog.
Well, I have to see it on Frog so I can try the final alterations. As she'll hold up kind of the cloak.
Rot's arm with Frog dangling will come out.
Come on, I have to see your cloak as well. Just put their hands on her hips and like stamps her foot for a few times, and it's like, and then she'll push the door open.
Why is it so bright out there?
It's not bright at all. It's actually pretty dim. What with Darius and Fizzy being out. They keep all of the window shades down.
Quite bright. There's Frog.
Dana will actually do alterations to fit Frog properly, but she'll also be glancing over at Rat with the detect magic.
Gotcha. Hold on a second.
Whimsical music is leaving, I think.
Not the whimsical music.
Or he's typing to send to Cody what he sees.
Poor Rot.
I'm gonna be really upset if I have to tell Rot the reason he couldn't learn magic is because he was essentially born that way.
Isn't his dad a wizard?
Maybe so.
I thought your dad was a,
You can, your father could be a cancer doctor, and you could wind up developing cancer. That's
fair.
being a wizard does not necessarily mean you're always going to be able to cast magic.
You are immune from no
The
magic.
okay, never mind. I'm confused with the bloodline thing. That is not.
It may have come from Mom.
Okay, that's fair.
Alright. Well, Fran will also keep you talking during it because it's healthy to be a bit social, and she'll be asking things like, so what would you like me to cook for you? I know you didn't really feel interested in any of the worm, but how am I supposed to know what you want if you don't tell me?
Not worm. That's sort of my only guideline.
Well, you didn't have that guideline before there was worm. You
I
didn't.
didn't realize it was a guideline I would have to have.
I don't even know what's common for people to eat on this plane.
I personally will always like just bread. Just bread.
You need more than that.
Oh, it's fine. Bread.
Like bread with stuff in it. Like
Bread.
fruits and meats.
Rot is kind of getting the sense of what's happening. He's like, just bread. Love bread.
We'll finish up the alterations and then hand the cloak over to Rat and say, you can do the honors of putting it on him.
Wow, he looks so good. Oh, thank you for that. It's fine, don't worry about it.
He does a little war dance.
Is this what breaks Rot again?
I mean, because it's a cloak on a ferret, it also has little like loops to put around the leg, so that way it stays on. It doesn't just bunch around underneath.
Turns around, he's like trying to walk on it. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, thank you for that. That's a nice moment of levity. Oh.
Well, if you want some fresh air, there's plenty outside in the car.
I don't want everyone to look at me like they're sad. So, stay here for a while till everything blows over.
And why would people be sad?
Yesterday was a moment of weakness, and I really shouldn't have reacted the way that I had. I shouldn't have done all of that. And everyone's going to look at me with pity, and I don't want that.
Well, if you don't want it, and you don't feel that way, the best thing to do is to show people that. If they think something that you don't want them to, then you have to change their mind, you do.
Or I could just wait until they all forget about it, and they never think about it, and I come out and nobody's gonna go, oh, look who's finally come out of their room.
Well, if you do that and the last impression that you leave them with is this feeling of distress, that's all they're gonna think about while you're gone.
To be fair, I'm quite distressed still.
Well, at the very least, come out for a little bit. Show people that you're still breathing and doing alright.
Well, think about it.
Etana says this recalling that she never learned that Rat doesn't need to breathe, or didn't need to breathe.
I really gotta use it, so use it one time.
Does Rat need to breathe again?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yep.
Well, Tana's oblivious to the whole thing.
I'll come out today. At some point today. I promise.
Aye.
Just not right now.
Tana will kind of probably have to jump up onto Rat's bed to pat him on the shoulder, because she can't really reach otherwise. And then say, I'll hold you to it, and you better come out for food when it's ready. Can't have you wasting away.
Well, hopefully I got some time before I waste away. Got a little while. I'll come eat though.
Tana will leave the room and gently close the door.
Rye is sitting on the floor with Frog. Just a little guy.
Just quietly to Darius back in the room. You were right. There's something a bit off with the magic.
I saw it too. Yeah.
It's not completely gone.
It's not a strong bloodline.
There was a dampening effect, like especially around his hands.
His hands. Nowhere else.
Well, the extremities, but
Oh, it's not the bloodline thingy?
One way to find out, and she'll pick up her book. One moment. And this is actually going to take her 12 minutes, because the way through, she slurs on a word and the ritual breaks.
Oh my god.
Her
You
brain-
are such a lightweight.
Oh, God.
You
I
had
have to play-
less than a shot.
It's not even that she slurs. Halfway through, she goes,
Oh my god. I cannot. Okay. Here's the annoying thing. I cannot get on to Foundry. I can't look at Foundry. Because then we lose camera.
Oh,
Weird.
well,
Yeah.
Con is able to help you, so.
yeah.
I can.
Can you tell me what spells I have? I don't think I have restoration up, right?
What spells do I have?
I don't think I do.
I mean, you're a druid, you have all spells, it's a matter of what
But
you
I
have
just don't have it prepared. I generally don't.
We slap.
Are
You do not have lesser
God?
restoration prepared.
Yeah, but I
It's
wouldn't.
Me, Fizzy.
Yeah, you wouldn't have thought to do it. It's okay.
No.
And she'll get through it, and she'll say, Callie, dampened around hands and slightly dampened around the rest of the body. Is that normal with that bloodline?
Particularly weak one. If it's that, at that point, they would have to be taught quite a bit in order to really pick up magic the same way, or require some kind of assistance.
You have good news and bad news. Rot can still learn magic. Bad news, it's really fucking hard for Rot to learn magic.
Well, you said yourself he's quite stubborn.
He is, but the thing is, if his mentor didn't know he had
would've-
this,
He would have just looked like a failure.
he's not a failure, he's disabled.
I'm not saying obviously he's
No,
not
I'm
a
saying
failure.
that's what it is at the end of the day. It's just essentially a learning disability.
Okay, this is too real to real life for me.
Mm. The parallelism.
It's like,
That's fine.
The symbolism.
Give me
what's
some
that?
individualized education plan.
It's like that learning
What-
is, what is that like?
what's
The
the
stuff in
words?
A.
The words kind of float around and turn upside down. It's kind of like that.
Time.
Words float.
Yeah, a little bit. When I'm trying to read, Rod helps.
Physical disability, learning and learning disability. Anyone else disabled?
The thing is, he was able
I don't
to
think
learn magic on his own without the warlock stuff.
He
Just
was.
a little.
That's the thing. Anything he wants to learn is going to take him 2 to 3 times the effort than the average person. Learning magic.
Okay.
I
No, I have a question.
hmm.
Is it possible for something to find something that helps with that, so it's not as hard to learn?
Well, Callie did say we could do things to boost it. Give me another 10 minutes.
Don't hiccup again.
Don't tell me. Thank you. This one does only take the 10 minutes. She gets close at the end, but you know how when you try not to burp and you're like powering through it?
Yeah.
And she'll say, what kind of items could be used to enhance magical ability?
Well, anything that has been blessed to help people with magic, or the aid of a warlock patron.
You're gonna see Darius's face just kind of drop.
Short of deific intervention.
So items blessed to help people with magic or warlock.
Maybe powerful cleric or someone of the sort.
I do think, not for nothing, it is, if this is a route that Rot wants to pursue, we can look into these options a little bit more. I do think we should see what Rot wants when he's ready to hear this information, and our higher priority is probably making sure he doesn't die, like rot away.
I think Rot can handle a lot more than you guys are. Rot's not okay.
I'm not trying to hold it from him indefinitely. I just mean not today.
Oh no, not today. But I'm saying Rot's not like, it's not like Rot's okay, but Rot is, I think, a lot stronger than you guys realize. Even in talking to him earlier, I think he's a lot stronger than all of you are giving him credit for. He can weather a lot more than you guys think.
I believe it.
Davis,
Make it as easy as possible, though.
could you send another message?
Daenerys cannot answer you because you see she has already opened her book and begun literally casting again. This time, weirdly enough, she's not slurring or hiccuping. She's dead focused. And she gets to the end, and she's just going to say, send Rod a message, or Fitz a message. Daenerys would not mess that up. I messed it up.
Yeah.
Send Fitz a message. Remind him no matter what, he's worth something. He's having a hard time, and I think he needs to hear from his dad.
Okay.
Actually, had a similar thought.
Rot. You are bundled up in as many blankets as you could find, with your now becloaked ferret hanging out with you. And all you can do is you can keep thinking of what you were told and what you were spoke to by that someone, whoever it is. And you will hear the voice of your father enter your head, and you'll hear him go, "Hi there. How are you doing, son? I just wanted to reach out to you and check on you and see how you're doing. It's been a bit since I've had the chance to talk with you, but just wanted to pass on my love."
Rot takes like a hot minute to figure out how to like respond to that. I'm not doing great. I'm doing quite awfully. I miss everyone. A lot. That's it.
Well, Jill got me.
Everyone's crying this session. Yeah.
You'll get a second cast back to you. Well, that's fair. There's nothing wrong with being homesick and missing your family. If it's any consolation, we miss you as well. But no matter what, no matter how you may feel right now, I'm extremely proud of you.
I don't want you to say that. Because you don't know. I haven't told you that I'm a failure. I haven't done anything I've told you about in the letters. I've been lying. I'm so scared that you just... I want to be able to come home one day, but if you knew that I couldn't do anything...
Son, your ability to do anything doesn't affect my pride for you. You'll always still be my son. And the fact that you're still here and you're still trying to be Fitz, that's what's important. And that's what makes me proud of you.
I'm dying. And I'm scared. And I've got no magic. And I was kicked out of Zambi's tower. And I can't come home because I can't have you see me like I am. I'm scared I'll never get to come home again. Because I'll die before I get there.
There will be a longer pause before you get a response back. We'll go for about a minute. And probably 2 minutes. And you'll get a response back from your father. Oh, hold on. Candy?
Candy.
Why doesn't Becca get me candy?
This is make me feel better.
Has to be a break from
Fucking levity
sobbing.
midway through this scene. Come on. Don't need that.
Oh, what?
And you will hear your father respond back to you. Do you need any help? Would you like me to help you with anything? Or do you think that you can handle this yourself?
For being honest, I don't think I can handle anything by myself anymore. I've got people here that will help me, but I don't know where to start. I'm rotting away. I don't know why or how to stop it or... If there's anything you know, or any connections you have, or anything, I don't want to die.
Start with the first step then. Find out what did it. Find out how it did it. And if it's something that can't be broken normally, then at that point start moving to asking people who may have other ways of breaking it.
I'll try. I'll try so hard. I needed to hear from you. Thank you.
It's alright, Fitz. I love you. Your mother loves you too. I know she does.
I love you both so much.
I haven't told her. I won't tell her unless you say I can. But you're strong enough to beat this, I'm sure of it. You may not have magic. But you are Fitz. You are my son. I'm sure you will win.
You can tell Mom if you want. I've gone so long thinking you'd be disappointed in me. I'm going to live. I'm going to come home. I'm going to see everyone. You're gonna be proud of me again. I know you already are, but you're going to have a reason to be.
You will not have a further response from your father. Because that was a lot of magic he had to just cast. That was like, I'm not sure how many sendings that was.
That's like a lot. It's like a lot.
Well, let's see.
Let's count them, boys.
1, 2, 3, 4,
That's already 4th level.
5,
5th.
6.
Okay, keeps going higher.
I think that's it.
Yeah, so
I
it's
think
like
it was 6.
it's like 6 spells that had to be cast, and at a
Love
certain point
it.
it couldn't be 3rd level anymore.
Love it. That's a good dad, baby.
Hey, you gotta spend your spell slots for your kid.
Yeah.
So, how many of us
Me-
cried?
I get teary-eyed.
I'm good.
I full on
I'm an
cried.
actor.
I'm a sociopath.
All right.
In my defense,
You are right there.
I mean, it was touching. I just can't portray that.
Yeah.
You got free chocolate during that as like a reward.
It's like a reward.
It's like a reward.
So, what is Rot going to do?
Right? He's going to take the first step. He's not gonna like brush his frizzled up hair or anything, or like get fully dressed again. Not gonna put the mask on. Rat is going to, as quietly as he can, come out of his room and go to the kitchen.
so then it got stabbed for the 6th time that night, and
What
I
is
have, like-
wrong with you?
I have a really weird scar now on my hip.
Is that?
Howdy.
Hey, Rot.
Hello.
You still right?
How you feeling?
Not better, per se. I just talked to my dad.
This will do a double fist pump.
Put your arms down.
Not
Not the time.
Not the time.
This is going to sound like an odd request at the current time. It might be hard to transition into this, but could you all start calling me Fitz instead of Rot?
You got it, Fitz.
Sort of felt like a self-fulfilling
Prophecy.
prophecy.
You look more like a Fitz to me anyway.
Not at the point of compliments yet, I guess.
Just
Not
sit
a
on crying.
That's not a compliment.
So,
It is
uh,
a fact.
Time
right,
to control,
Fits.
search, find, replace.
Yeah.
The rat with Fits in the notes.
yeah.
No, it is. It's an ongoing. You know.
Yeah.
Transitionary phase.
Yeah.
Fitz. I do have to ask you, do you want some bad good news, or do you just want to vibe for the rest of the day?
You do realize that saying that to someone sort of opens that door and just lets it sit open, right?
Yeah, that is kind of not good for anxiety. I
Do
got
you want bad news, or do you want to sit and think about how you're going to get bad news tomorrow?
Davis picks up another drink of whiskey. I've been drinking.
She's very stupid today.
I would say
She's
I
a
can
little
tell,
bit
but that
drunk.
sounds...
Well, now that you've brought it up,
It's not necessarily bad news.
well, it's an explanation for why you've been struggling.
Do you know what vocational bloodlines are?
Wrong word.
Vocational.
Wrong word. You go to a vocational school.
I think that just
Vacation
means
blood.
like studying under your dad to learn his
Oh my
job.
Your blood is on island time.
You're
Vacation blood.
Connor, Darius
incorrect.
is
Vokivik.
I'm
You're-
stupid.
You're-
Vokivik.
Your blood is going to HVAC school. Congratulations.
Your blood is
Do you
leaving.
mean Vosevic?
Vosevic, sorry. It's early. Do you know what a Vosevic bloodline is?
Do I know what that is? I
You
think
can
maybe-
roll knowledge arcana.
Hand me the box.
Hand you the box. Oh, Connor's already changed it to Fitz.
Hey. I'm gonna have to update the slides.
That was quick, man.
What is this?
I'm quick to the
What kind of
draw.
roll?
Arcana.
Arcana.
So plus 7.
Arcana.
18.
18.
Yeah, Vokivik bloodlines are people who are, in the strongest of circumstances, completely unaffected by magic. They cannot be touched by it. In more moderate examples, they can't be affected by lower magic, but can be affected by higher magic. And in very minor situations, they have difficulties with magic, with spellcasting, and with the art of channeling it. But they can still be hit by it and affected. They just have issues with it.
I'm aware of what that is.
You have a very mild sort of it. You can still learn magic, it's just gonna take you longer.
Ah.
So it's not that you can't cast it, you just need more time.
And it's entirely not your fault. This
And-
is something you can't help.
And if you give me a minute to theorize, it might be why you're not dead.
That's true.
That curse on you is magic. I think your bloodline slowed down its progression.
At least my blood is good for something.
So it's not your fault. You couldn't have known. Hell, your mentor couldn't have known unless he was looking for it. Not uncommon. There's ways to work around it. And then if you wanted to be a wizard, you just need to, unfortunately, study more. I mean, you've already proven you can do it with your friend there on your neck.
To be so honest with you, you have no idea how much I studied. If I have to study more than that, it might become an issue.
Well, my sister suggested a couple solutions. There's magic boosting items.
Find those. She's a couple of things, and then you said one.
I don't want to tell you the other one. You might get upset.
You keep opening doors, and then you keep closing them in my face. Like, oh, don't worry about it.
I'm very drunk.
Like, I'm not going to worry. Look at me.
She's had less than 2 drinks, and she's like this.
Wait.
Hold on. I wanna...
Also, hold on. I want to have a drink if I've been offered it. I want to know how.
Yeah, how does she like? How does she
First,
like?
let me see how it affects me.
How does she
alcohol.
like the whiskey?
I'm fine because I rolled an 18 total for Constitution, so like Fizzy is not affected by it at all, and liking it. Hold on, I cocked. No, she doesn't like it. She drinks it, but she's like.
I mean, to be fair, I rolled a 5 and an 8, so that's Theos' mental state.
God.
Why is it spicy?
Spicy water.
That's the alcohol.
You gave it a shot
Fun,
at
right?
Fireball.
Your other solution is a warlock patron.
Because that worked out so great last
To be fair to you, and Theos is gonna slam a hand on your shoulder. Fitz, you didn't
Jesus.
pick your last one. You get to pick this time. You get to stand behind something you care about.
Sure that I mean, if you're already talking with potential patrons, surely there might be another solution that doesn't involve patronage at all.
Yeah,
But-
if you can get someone who's strong enough to essentially help.
Give you a gift or
There are boons that you can earn. There might be some dragons who are capable of it.
Don't we know a guy?
Which one?
The museum guy. Doesn't he have like a lot of
He-
like higher end items?
He might have some magic boosting items that can store spells and such, but I doubt he's gonna have anything quite like what we're thinking about on display.
Do we know a? Oh, never mind. I was gonna say, do we know
We
a powerful wizard? But that's not. No.
We could do something really sketchy, but I don't think Fitz' moral code will let us do it. But it does utilize one of our skills quite well.
what?
Well, what do you know about saints?
You just asked the cleric.
Yeah, I know.
No.
See, a lot of saints are buried with the focuses. These are incredibly powerful, and sometimes they have quite cleansing properties to them. Something like that might be able to override said bloodline issues. And we do have a grave robber amongst us.
Well, well, we'll see. Well, first of all, Rot, do you want to go through the trouble? You don't have to know right away, obviously, but do you want magic?
I do. I have been speaking with the god the past few nights.
What the fuck, Fitz?
It's just this. He's sort of like a dad.
Are you sure it's not your dad?
It's not my dad. I'm pretty positive that's not my dad.
Okay.
He's sort of a dad. Like, he's the one I don't. Remember when I.
Look.
Remember when I died? And I had like a vision and I got called a whelp?
Yeah.
That's him. And then last night he was a bit nicer. Not nice, per se, but nicer.
And you said he was a dad?
I believe so. You mentioned having children.
Because.
I was gonna do a religion roll to see if I
Yeah.
recognize that. 11 plus 4, 15 religion roll.
Nothing you can think of that matches with that description of a father.
There's no like, there's no Godfather.
No.
He's the god.
I just assume you have cause on you.
Yeah. I think Ra also thinks that Cause needs to get out.
You're
Both
Yes.
friends. Cause can't move on his own.
Yeah.
You can't.
What kind of deity? You're in Rot's head. So in theory, you would be able to also sense the presence of whatever was in Fitz's brain. You familiar
was-
with it?
I was aware that I couldn't manage to overtake it.
So it was strong.
Yes. Absolutely.
Do you know how to summon this guy?
I do not think that's necessary.
Maybe if Rock goes to sleep, he'll come in bits. I'm sorry. To get used to
Alright,
this.
we'll get take it'll
Fitz most likely can only really talk with it currently because it's not part of a pact with him right now. But it is nearby.
Nearby physically or like mentally?
Physically.
Is it in the cart with us right now?
the call is coming
Not
from
in the room
inside
with
the
us!
cart.
Is the god in the room with us right now?
Do we need to call Asher?
I don't know if I would call it a god. I don't know if
Was-
it's a god.
Is it like an archfey?
I don't know. But I know it's stronger than me. And I couldn't manage to overtake it, but it is close physically.
Can you like...
It's in the cart.
Hello? Would you
Okay.
like some coffee?
I don't have any, Connor. I don't have any spells like what I bought.
Hey.
This thing, right?
Kaz.
Hmm?
Kaz,
Yes?
Your hat can cast detect good and evil, right?
Yes.
Could you? Could you please?
Would
Excuse me,
you? Would I?
Would you?
Would I? I am. I'm casting it.
Casting Detect Good and Evil will not reveal anything past what you already know is present in the cart.
Actually, slight thing.
Yes.
Tana is slightly fey.
Yes, Tana is slightly fey. That is not
Yeah.
surprising.
You,
though.
which you would
No.
never have seen anything like this where someone is slightly something, not solid this or solid that.
I'm
Yes,
assuming
Joe?
just oh sorry.
That's fine. While all of this is happening, Rot has a weird, like, sinking feeling in his stomach and is just staring at Ruben just in case.
What about I mean, yeah, I know he's a fiend, but that's not. What?
Do you
They're
think
in the
Ruben's a
same-
father?
He's a monkey.
Ruben has given a wide-eyed stare to Granny.
Yeah, I know. I would be surprised too.
What's
Not
that
a lot of
meme of
people in
like
the cars.
I have to find that picture.
Was it in this room or in a different room of the cart?
Say again?
What
Or are you
room of the-
speaking to Cause?
I'm speaking to Kaz and Kaz, the one who has detect good and evil up.
I don't know.
Kaz?
I know it latched on, though.
Which direction, like, where is it at in the cart, Kaz?
I don't know. It doesn't sense anything other than Ruben and Donna and you know, it's just in general it's already. Nothing's here.
Well, there's 2 unknown entities in this cart. One of them's the sleeping bitch we have locked up. And the other one's Rizzy.
Beats Rizzy.
I don't really know what Rizzy is, but I know she's not an automaton.
Maybe it's Rizzy.
There is one thing that, Rot, you can think of. There was you got a weird feeling at one point when you were alone in your room. This is kind of reminding you of something that did happen, and we did play out.
Yeah.
Do you remember what it was?
Rotwood. I don't.
Maybe it's the book.
It was an item that you picked up. It was not the book.
What the fuck? The sword?
Oh.
Oh my god.
I mean, the sword. He couldn't merge with
fuse
the
It. It
sword.
rejected him.
Is my sword a guy?
Is my sword a guy
my
again?
We identified it.
Third time.
Did we? We identified it, right?
+1 sword.
+1 sword.
Well, the identify wouldn't spot A, any curses, and B, it probably wouldn't identify any beings latched onto it or using it as like a funneling service. I don't know.
Funneling service. Use a sword to get free funnels. Something. Who knows? It's orange juice. Free orange juice.
That would
Funneled
explain
right
why Kaz couldn't merge with it, though.
Rot, upon remembering that, is gonna do a little scuttle back to his room and come out with Kaz and the Opal King's Blade. Like, that sword, there's something with it.
Rot. First off, Kaz looks like a sword. It looks like a sword. Second, Rot, you were reminded of 2 details. One, the first time you ever heard from the mysterious voice, it was your teacher, but she had jet black eyes. The second time you heard from your teacher, it was your brother, but his eyes were black and had a slight opalescent shade to them.
This whole time?
The whole time?
The whole time, yes.
I need to stop bringing things up.
Technically, I stole that, but yeah, that's.
So it's not your fault.
I would have been here regardless, but.
So we can blame Kaz for this.
No.
Oh, come on.
Kaz for this.
All
You
comes
can
back to Kaz.
Oh, come on.
Deus will just gently pat Kaz's shoulder and go, I'm just trying to make you laugh.
What should I do with the sword?
Hey, Opal.
Oh.
You can come out now.
If you're like Kaz, we know you can talk.
There was nothing from the sword.
Have you tried fusing with it again?
First time that did not go well.
But you don't have the Warlock or the Patreon anymore.
That's fair.
It wouldn't be 2 powers conflicting with each other necessarily.
I'm also not entirely sure if I can do it anymore.
Will you humor me?
Not very good at jokes. But it's...
Lay down, sleep with it on your chest.
Sounds extremely dangerous.
That's why we're watching you. It's got a sheath.
Oh, so now I have to sleep
all right.
with a
Well,
sword.
wait. You might not have to sleep if you just. I don't know.
It doesn't have a sheath.
It doesn't have a sheath?
No, it's just a
No, it
sword.
does not have a sheath.
Just a sword.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Just a loose sword.
That's Jessica's fault, not Deus's.
you could try to, I don't know, like attune to it, basically. See if that, or just sleep near it. You don't have to hold it, I don't think. He's already talking to you.
I really prefer not to hold the sword while I'm sleeping.
Do you think if we put the sword near the guy who knocks people out, whatever it is will wake up on the other side?
We don't know that it's in the sword.
I believe that's you who needs to go to bed, actually.
I think it's time for you to go to bed and sleep off the 2 whiskeys.
I just need enough water to drown it out of my system.
Are you falling asleep sitting up?
No, I'm just trying to get the manpower to... Wait, where is he?
She just like Granny like kind of bodies Darius and like makes her lie down on the couch.
Deus will not sleep. She is not even a lick tired.
I'm just that doesn't matter. She's just making you lie down.
Just rest.
That's why she's not carrying you to your room. She's like, just lie down.
I'd
God.
pay to see that. I'd pay to see Granny pick up Darius and carry her.
I don't think I have the strength score. Although
Deus is 6
I mean,
foot
I have 11 strength. That's enough to fireman carry, I'm sure.
Deus is 6'6".
I'm
Her
6
hands-
foot.
Her hands and feet are touching the floor as you walk her.
Granny is also 6 feet tall. Remember, we are a tall party.
Deus will also fight if you actually tried to pick her up. She does not like being held.
While this argument, like lay down, go to bed. I'm not going to bed. You lay down and go to bed. Rot is just gonna sink down and sit cross-legged on the floor with the sword in his lap and kind of like half-assed sort of like stop listening to the argument and focus on Sard. And also causes there. Causes here. Sword is here.
Okay. You rest the sword nearby and try to focus on it as best you can. You don't hear anything from it.
Isn't working.
I guess you just have to wait for him to contact you again.
I have another dumb idea. Well, the last time you heard him, before you fell asleep this time in a stream state of
We're not
emotional
knocking Grot out.
Would it not work? You could bleed on the book.
The book has a spell that you want currently in it.
Ah, shit. Wait, no, that hasn't memorized.
Does that count?
I kind of didn't really have time
Oh, God.
to look yet. I sort of had my entire world flipped upside down
Yeah.
yesterday, so
Yeah, I feel like I should apologize for that
I
one.
had a chance to really look at your
I mean-
spell.
I feel like
Well,
it's kind of my fault.
Speaking of the book, though, have we asked it how to break a curse like yours before?
Not really a curse, is it?
Well, this is a curse. This is a curse.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's something, yeah.
It's certainly.
I think
not
we've tried
well.
that. I feel like we tried that.
I have removed curse, but it's not strong enough to fix that. I'm not that strong. I can do minor shit.
Well, I know I've just really gotten up for the day, but now I'm really concerned about this sword. So, I'm going to take a nap with a sword.
That's probably a good call.
Yeah.
Scream if anything happens.
I would be sleeping, but I'll take that into consideration.
I mean,
I
do
meant
you
more
want
like
one
if
of
you
us.
wake up.
One of us could stay by you if you want.
Or are you still too emotionally vulnerable for that?
Well, it's not even that. I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't feel threatened by whoever's been visiting. I mean, they're a bit, blunt, but So far, I've just been hearing things that I need to hear. I don't think whoever's is trying to hurt me.
Okay.
That makes sense. But again, a door away. I'll leave my door unhindered.
We'll be here.
I'll leave my door cracked. Get in if you need to.
Hey, Fitz. It's nice to meet you.
Stop it. Quit that, don't. And Rob will go. And before Rob goes to bed, I don't think I've like attuned to the sword.
No, you did have an attunement to the sword. If I recall correctly,
did?
it should be attuned on your sheet.
Okay. I couldn't remember. I thought I'd like.
You got the little gold circle.
Okay.
Yep, you're tuned.
Okay.
I just think I believe if I
wasn't-
recall correctly, you just didn't ever use it.
Yeah. Well, I got
The cause is right there.
got a really cool
True.
shard. So.
Why would you use anything else?
When you wake up again, there'll be some fresh bread waiting for you.
I'm actually so incredibly excited about that.
Maybe some potato soup.
Ooh.
Pretty good.
No worm.
No worm. I'll take it.
Nowhere.
And if you want me to use a certain ingredient, you have to help point it out. I don't know what a lot of these things are called here.
I'm gonna put a list on my door. So far, all it says is no worm, with a big X next to worm, and there's a little drawing of worm. None
Also
of those.
bread. Also bread.
Bread. Big green check mark. With a horribly done drawing of a piece of bread.
Just make sure to put drawings as well, because I can't. Because I can find things for Tana. Remember that.
I'll teach you
I'm
all
good.
the words on my food list
Thank you.
tomorrow. Starting tomorrow. We'll learn bread first. Very
Okay.
important word.
Bread is good. I like bread.
Bread is in fact good. Okay, I'm nap mode.
The second Rot is in the room, Darius is going to sit up, walk to the kitchen, knock back 3 cups of water. Alright. If y'all excuse me, we're in the middle of the woods. There's weird shit to find. Fizzy,
Can I come
would you
with
like to come find
Yes. Is it gonna come with you?
Busy want walkies?
The thing is, before Fizzy can say that, Darius is sort of like, do you want to come? Let's go find weird shit.
Walkies.
And the 2 potion makers will disappear out the door to wander in the woods.
So as you guys begin setting your plans in motion, we will take a quick break. Be back in about 5 to 10 minutes.
Oh god, I'm so sorry. What happened? Oh no.
You killed the cameras.
I did kill the cameras, I didn't
Yeah.
need to.
Oops.
The
Feed.
feed.
Got the feed.
Cameras are back.
Cameras are back, hold on. Oh, there's.
And we're back. Hold on.
Cool.
Here we go.
So Fizzy and Darius, you two are heading out into the woods to try and find some things, correct?
Yeah.
Cool. So are you looking for basically anything usable, or are you looking for things in particular?
I'm looking for anything usable.
Same.
Okay. So that would basically just be survival.
I'm giving advantage to Fizzy.
Cool.
You will have a better score than me no matter what.
Can I also guide myself?
Sure.
Cool.
That's it, because my survival's a hot +2.
Hold on. Also forgot to do this.
Yeah, you
Ah!
also will.
Roll.
Fuck! It fell. Okay, it's a 9. It's gonna be useless. Okay.
You never know.
Oh, I also have to do wheeler wall. Wheel.
You've s-
Okay. I've got a lot of things to roll now.
Yeah, a lot of prep work.
Guidance. Where's my D4? Oh, this is rude. And I can't even do it in the game because I cannot open. Sucks. Okay.
can always ask Connor to roll your d4.
Oh wait, I found it. I was rolling it. Okay, so 14. My survival's a +8 if I'm not mistaken. So 22 plus 1 is 23.
Cool. You would be able to find a few things that definitely look like they would be usable. So where's my page? There it is. I was on the wrong one. Close out on that. There you are. So digging around a little bit and trying to rummage through some of the brush, see if you can find anything that is immediately noteworthy to you. You would find. Yes, Becca? Oh, sorry. I couldn't tell. You would find what appears to be a small pocket that has been dug into the soil itself, wherein you can see what appears to be some kind of a small crustacean that is kind of hiding inside of a little area there. It's got a little pocket of water. It looks to be just a landlocked crayfish, which you in theory could use to then make a potion of water breathing.
Cool.
On top of that, you guys would be able to find. I don't believe anything else really of note. Yeah, you wouldn't find very much else of note in this area.
Did we find any mushrooms?
You certainly would find some mushrooms, yes. That's easy enough.
There's gonna point at one and go, "What's that one's name?"
You know, not like a trick, a party trick.
Are you sure? My stuff's
No.
are party tricks.
Yeah, but like the mushrooms, they have feelings. We're not gonna just use them for games. And
What's a
because
game?
But like I can talk to them. Let's not. It feels like you're mocking me a little bit.
This isn't mocking. It's general curiosity because I don't really know how you work.
I work like a person.
No, you're magic.
Oh. Okay. And she'll like get down on the floor and look at one of the mushrooms and she'll be like, "Hey buddy,
Hey there.
what's your name?
Name is Saldies.
Saldies?"
Saldies nuts.
I gotta get
You were tying that up.
Bring that motherfucker to the cart. He lives with us now. I love him.
Darius is like taking notes while Fizzy's doing this and watches that face drop. Did it say something mean?
I think it's something that was trying to be funny, and I don't think it's very funny.
What
You're
did
not
it
very
say?
funny. He said his name was Salty's Nuts. I think it's supposed to be a joke.
It is. It's a joke about seeing someone's testicles.
You're not funny. She just looks at the mushroom. She's like, "You're not funny."
No, my name is actually Saldies.
Okay. Feels like everyone's making fun of me today. I'm gonna go now. Have a good one.
Okay.
She's
When
gonna
you-
get up and be like,
When you're doing it, do you like... Is it the same as talking to a person to you, or is it something unique?
"No, it's like talking to a person. The same way I talk to animals, also like talking to a person."
Interesting.
They're still tipsy.
A little bit, but she is genuinely curious. She's sobered up a little bit. She drank a lot of water. There's not a whole lot of druids in the Underdark where I'm from.
A lot
Most-
of druids either. Not every. I don't think you real. Not everyone in my family is a druid. My mom is,
I don't really know much about your family beyond...
but like, my other family members aren't. Like, Mizzy, the one that's missing. She likes to steal things, kind of like Kaz. and Kriegel like is very strong and very big and very good with hands and his legs. To be fair, you don't want to get in a
Darius will
fight with
stop
him.
for a moment. Take a deep breath and continue writing again.
You don't want to get you don't want to get in a fight with him because
I
you
could
will
take him.
not survive.
In a fight, right?
The
Oh, God,
glass
no.
cannon.
I could take him.
Fight, right?
In a fight, right?
God no.
I'm really the only one that sort of took to nature and stuff, actually. One of my sisters is a wizard. She's the only one who reads, like, a lot. Some of the other ones kind of read a little bit, but like she reads a lot.
How did you know you were a druid?
Well, I've always liked animals, and I like to like study them and look at them and poke at them a little bit, and then I would just talk to them, and so then eventually they just started talking back.
Interesting.
And then when I came up to the surface, I saw how pretty the stars were. And I've always kind of been interested in like predicting the future. Sometimes I like to like mess with it a little bit. It's fun. But the stars, they're pretty and they make sense to me. I don't know how to explain that.
Have you ever talked to Valayan?
Who?
One of the clerics of Valea. Sorry.
Oh, is that one of the gods?
Yeah, she's the one in charge of the stuff up there.
Oh, really? Oh, maybe we talk to her. That'd be interesting.
You can find her clerics pretty easily. The Wanderers. Well, except for one.
Oh,
You might find them interesting. They're a bit kooky, but good-natured
I
sort.
mean, isn't that what you think about me?
I think you defy all sorts of rules I have put in my brain. And it sometimes challenges me in a way that makes me mean. But it is not out of malice.
Challenge can be fun, you know that, right?
Challenges are fun, but rules are
Boring.
no, rules are necessary to a certain extent. I have my own rules. They're not necessarily in line with society's, but
I don't know.
I live by my rules and my structure and
But
my
rules
pattern.
rules change from person to person.
Yeah,
'Cause
don't you
what-
think I know that?
Because what you think works with you won't work if you come home to my home.
Are all of them like you, Hale?
Yes.
Interesting. I wonder if that's a variation. What would cause that?
And you have to remember, I've seen it that looked like you before I came up here. So
Seen
to
Draw
me,
from-
you're an anomaly.
I've seen Draw from other cities, but they all look like me.
I've never ever seen you. You're very, very closed off, as it turns out.
Might be
Didn't
why.
realize that. But
Possible,
not a bad-
maybe a group of people who looked like you, the paler skins, left because of, well, blatant rudeness from some of the darker skinned ones. And just took up their own path.
Maybe.
Maybe.
What else would
Regardless,
be?
you're going to stick out like a sore thumb if you go to any Underdark that's not where you're used to. And I would be cautious, people may be rude to you. Especially if you go to Yinland. Can't hear you.
I'll be honest. I think I can handle it. Considering how people treat me up here. It's not they're bad, but
A little rude.
that.
I take advantage of your naivety.
Oh well.
Nothing wrong with being naive, it just means you have something new to learn.
Learning is fun.
Learning is a challenge.
I like it. Fun. That's why I like when Rod teaches me how to read.
Isn't Ruben doing better than you?
Yes.
Is that
Fine.
frustrating?
No. Yes. A little bit.
Eh.
But it's okay. I'll learn eventually. I just take to things slower sometimes. Again, the words, they...
Stuff we can make to make them quit floating, you know.
We'll see.
Adderall.
No, Adderall doesn't fix dyslexia.
No, it doesn't.
Dyslexia is not, yeah.
You would
Makes-
have to use a specific font.
They use some glasses in some ways people write. Maybe we should have Rot look into that and make some of the writing he does, Fitz does, be like that.
Maybe.
Might help you. Anyways, I don't dislike you. I hope you realize that.
No. Say things that are mean, though, and they hurt my feelings a little bit.
I say things that are mean to everyone.
I'm just telling you.
I can try to stop, but I can't make any promises. I'm not a nice person. At the end of the day.
Nicer. You can learn to be nicer. It might be with people. Turns out, you say, oh, people, like, I know people treat me weird sometimes, but also, people like it when I talk to them because I'm nice. And people talk to me more. I'm friends with a headmaster.
Yeah, that's odd. But I'm not gonna question it.
Nice.
Niceness goes a lot further than intelligence sometimes. Didn't hear you.
Depends on the person.
Darius will just kind of pat Fizzy. It's okay. You're a good enough person for both of us, Drow. Not a good person. I would shoot someone without hesitation if it meant me and my kid. And I'll hide a lot of shit if it means something better can happen from it. That's why I sided with Amador in the end, you know that, right?
Intentional things, so I just kind of went with it.
Not a good person. I do what's necessary to get the ends we need. Which means sometimes I have to be meaner than everyone else, Fizzy. I'm okay with being the villain in this group. I'm okay with being the person who pushes Rot until they break. I'm okay with being the person that just pricks everyone the wrong way. Because you have to.
Or just be cautious, because sometimes you might push people too far.
Then they weren't worth my time. At the end of the day, you can get stabbed in the back by a lot of people you trust. Or get your throat slit because you weren't cautious enough. Niceness is for politicians and good people. I'm not either of those.
She just gives you a look, just like...
trees have names? What doesn't have a name?
Everything has a name.
I thought true names were just kind of like a special secret thing. And I guess normal names are for everything too. You want to go see what this crustacean does?
Sure.
I'm gonna name it Bob.
Kaz, Granny, Tana, are there anything you guys wish to do?
Okay.
Cooking from Tana, of course.
And go ahead.
Well, I don't really have anything. She's just, she's basically sitting on the, like, because I think the cart has a little bit of a porch or whatever. She's sitting at the, like, back of the cart outside and just, like, waiting for people to come back and, like, smoking a cigar. She's think-thunking.
I should describe Tana's chaotic method of cooking in this instance. You know how she spins around her chakri and wires to cut bunch?
Does she cook like she paints?
Not quite. But in this case, she is in the process of separating the milk and the fat from heavy cream by having it in a ceramic jug on a string and is furiously whipping it around the kitchen.
It works.
Which, if she wasn't so careful about it, if you could say careful, you'd expect something to go smashing into something else. But she does that and then pours it through a straining cloth to get the fat and more cream part of it out. She is using some of the pomegranates that the group found and scooping out the seeds and mashing them in a pestle, and is going to add with that a bit of lime juice and lime zest, because the group also has those fruits, and a bit of honey with it. And after emulsifying all of these, is going to mix it with the cream to make a spread to go with the sourdough buns. And the bread itself, she puts on like hand cupping so she's not getting any fur in it. But she
Full body
basically just
hairnet.
she basically just tosses the dough up in the air, and how she needs is she goes like a bunch of punches at it, so much so that it's just kind of lifting in the air, making different shapes as she's punching
God.
it on itself. It looks incredibly violent for cooking. It probably is. But that is how she cooks.
There you go.
Okay. Kaz and Granny.
Is there a window in Asher's cart?
Yes.
Okay. She'd be staring out the window, specifically people watching. Specifically looking at Vera if she's outside.
You would also be if you're looking out a window, you'd also be smelling Granny's cigar smoke. I'm so sorry.
I don't think that bothers her because she's used to smelling like her mom's like kebab cooking, so it's not like smoke really bothers her.
All right. So, while that is occurring, oh, little bean,
Oh, so small.
squish that cat. No!
If you squish the cat, it farts.
Yeah, squish the cat.
She's also currently in heat again. We're
Again?
looking- Well, it happens every time we like open the windows when it's nice outside.
Oh no!
Because the male cats kind of like activate the heat brain, and I'm like, you need to calm down. She cries all night, but we're getting to the point where we're like, we've got a little bit of money right now. Let's see if we can get her fucking fixed.
I mean, we could also just
No,
since
I
she's gonna be our responsibility.
Yeah, I could
we
just pay her.
Give
We,
you
we,
the money.
yeah, we could just give you the money, dude.
Jill will not let you do that. You know
It's
that.
not a gift. It's because
I'll kill
we're
you.
going to do it anyway.
I'll kill you. Be
She's
gone,
a-
Bean. Be gone, Bean.
No,
Get
no,
your
you can keep
tail.
her.
Get your tail out of the door.
What you need to do is send a sympathy card and a small donation like Herschel Walker did.
I hate that I know what you're talking about.
Yay, politics.
Right. What's happening with Fitz?
Fits. You go and lay down back to go to sleep. And this time, you will see that you are looking at a memory of your father in his studio. It's not studio. His office. That'd be the proper term for it. And you see that everything looks just like it did back home. From the cape that's been mounted on the wall to depictions of artwork and little memories. But instead, it's you and it is your father. But your father is sitting there and he has these black-colored opalescent eyes. And he looks at you and goes, "So, what have you decided to do?"
First of all, I've decided to trust you. Because I feel no ill will towards me, at least. In a very broad sense of things, I've decided to live. I'm hesitant to say that I've decided to ask for another patron. I'm not entirely sure how that works.
Okay, that's what you're going to do. What do you want?
To not make my parents sad.
That's
That's
not
I'm
what
I'm
you
not-
want.
I'm not quite good at what I want. I want to be. I wanted to be a wizard, but that doesn't really seem like an immediate solution to not being just a burden on everyone around me. I want to be powerful again. I want just one day of peace. I don't. This is hard. You understand that, right?
I know it's hard, but I can't help you until you have that answer. There's nothing wrong with taking longer to answer.
If I take too long, then it'll take too long.
I don't believe it'll take you a year plus to come to an answer.
You would be surprised.
Well, you know you need to find the answer now, don't you?
Of course.
Okay. Find the answer.
Are you in my sword? Are you that?
It is
side
not
of
your
my
sword.
Are you in the sword that is currently in my possession?
Yes.
Is it your sword? Is it whose sword? Is it?
Yes, it is my sword. I made it.
Interesting. Still not going to tell me who you are, or that's I expected that.
No.
I'm not good at this.
That's fine. You don't have to be.
I sort of have to be.
The point of this isn't to be good at answering this question.
I don't want to be bad at it.
The only time
Gosh.
people are bad at answering the question of what do you want are when they can't find an answer.
I'd be quite bad at it.
Right now, sure.
Like any answer I give, you're not going to allow it because everything I think of it sounds really great in my head, and then I say it out loud, and you're like, wrong. That's the wrong answer, actually.
I'm saying it's wrong because just saying that you want to be powerful isn't an answer.
What?
Power isn't something people want just for the sake of having power. People want power for a reason.
Well, I want to help people.
You want to help people.
I want to help people. I want to protect my friends, my family. I want to... And this one you're not going to like. I want to make people proud of me. I want... The whole reason I pursued magic in the first place was so that I could help people. To teach them, maybe?
That's closer to an answer, definitely.
It's closer, but it's not an answer.
Not perfect. Because it's not
Perfection has certainly not really been a thing I've been good at. I don't know.
Maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea for it to be a little harder for you for a little bit.
Quite odd that the comparison was made to my father the last time we spoke, and now you're sort of just my dad, so that's... This is a lot.
I'm just latching on to the first image I can find.
Yeah, that's fair. I just talked to him today. Alright, well, this is awkward now because I don't have a perfect answer. I have to go into a big scary mind tomorrow with no power. Just a pointy stick and a sword. Alright, well... I'm just gonna try and wake up now.
You wake up.
Okay. Get me out of there.
Hey, Connor.
Yes.
You know you've done this to Jill 2 campaigns in a row now.
Yes.
You made Jill try to name Opus last campaign.
You're giving me brain puzzles. I'm stupid. I can't do this.
You're not stupid.
Yes. But you also crave the anxiety it brings.
It's also, there's a reason why it keeps coming back to stuff like this for you. It's because it's
Can you
really
give me my
effective for
anxiety
you.
medication, please.
You already took it today.
I want another one. Oh my god.
It's like a form of masochism.
Research. What does Rat want? We don't know what Rat wants.
Being sassed by my player.
You kind of deserve it.
No, I don't.
You give
You
me
do.
many weapon that speak to me in brain, and then make me do puzzles.
Yeah?
In fairness, Cause doesn't speak to your brain. He just talks.
He just talks, but I was like, oh, that's a difference. And now I got another one that doesn't talk in my brain, it talks in my dreams. 3 different
It's
communications.
all different.
It's all different. haven't reused talking weapon. Okay. Taking actual notes on Sorry, Fitz.
Ha!
I'm doing
Same issue I have.
Yeah.
So, Rot, you wake back up.
Fitz, you wake
Excuse.
up.
We
You
literally
wake
just
up.
talked about this.
Fitz. Gotta get used to it.
I'm sorry we keep dead naming you.
I don't
Fitz,
think
you wake back
Ron is
up.
a dead name.
Well, it could be. if we
Well,
give
it could
a
be.
year.
Well, yeah, well, yeah.
Let me make the joke about the trans character.
The trans character who's dying and has a name that is Rot.
To
Yeah.
be fair, I've met some weirdly named NBs.
Yeah.
So, you know what he's expecting from you now. Not sure how to get it though. At this point, it'll be about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The few projects that folks are working on are beginning to take up a little bit more time, which is good. Some of you are cooking, others are smoking, others simply looking out and ogling muscular women.
Jolly.
Ruben's apparently still drinking his Starbucks coffee.
He's had so much caffeine today.
This is a mistake, I think.
Bouncing off the walls.
This man is
Don't
just
worry.
running
worry, it's
around.
decaf.
Yeah.
We searched it while he wasn't looking.
He can tell the difference. I promise Ruben can tell the difference.
You can always tell the
Decaf.
difference.
He will pour it on your head.
No. Darius keeps meticulous care of her hair.
What a great way to dye it.
Meanwhile,
It would die very well. Yeah.
Rot just has twigs and leaves in her hair. I mean, Rot. Fizzy.
Fizzy.
Wow.
So tired. Guys, in case you didn't know, I went to the Taylor Swift concert last night and I flew home today. I'm very tired.
You're exhausted, to be honest.
I'm
Well,
quite
here's-
tired.
Here's my question for my players. You guys know that you need to go into the mine. Would you like to go into the mine? Would you like us to cut ahead towards the nighttime, when I'm assuming you guys would try to infiltrate in there?
I think we could possibly get started because I don't think as you said, I don't think we'll get too far without Asher. Like, I don't think we'll discover anything, but if we can start on the, like, travel time and, like, getting towards there, that could be good for a place to start next session.
Yeah.
When Jace is back.
Given how much blockage there was, I think we're going to try to find a place where we could dig in from the surface a bit further away.
Yeah, I don't know how to dig down.
But
Just
we've
dig
done it
straight down.
before.
Busy.
Like Minecraft.
Oh, burrowing.
Yeah.
The horrible. Oh god, the worst. Because the worst thing is that I can see how one would do it. You'd do a corkscrew.
Yeah. Well,
Ugh.
just like Minecraft, you go down in steps. In
Yeah,
a
but it'd be
4x4.
But the
Or
problem
2x2.
is that Fizzy's digging creature is like a big badger, basically.
Yeah.
So you'd be on, like, at best
be
crouching, at worst a
horrible.
belly crawl as you're going
Oh.
down this fucking corkscrew
No.
into the earth.
You say that, but we do in fact have other stuff that could help, like the first person, like.
Yeah.
I know, it'd still be terrifying in my mind.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a claustrophobic individual. That's scary.
Go down
Well,
it like a
didn't-
slide.
No!
Weren't you? Wasn't Thornothel going to get mold earth?
I think that was
can
brought up at
have
one
that.
point. Yeah, it was brought up, but I don't think Fizzy
I didn't-
has it currently, because that's a
I don't-
cantrip.
Well, mold earth is the cantrip, and then there's meld into stone, which is the spell.
Which is the one that.
That's the spell I was gonna take, but Fizzy told me she had it, and Darius went, fuck.
There's like
That's it. So
I'm very sleepy.
No, it was
You
good.
all-
It was just good.
wait for night to fall. I will say that you guys can be rested up. So you guys can take any long rest to recharge anything you lost. That way there's no question of whether or not you can do it at that moment in time.
Connor, I do want to switch out my spells. Unfortunately, I can't do it right now.
Oh yeah, you can't do that right now.
So
Why
I
not?
don't know.
Why not?
I
Change-
cannot.
Foundry.
If
Yeah,
I
it's
get
that-
off of Foundry,
Oh,
yeah.
goes away.
yeah.
The cameras
Okay.
go away.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I get off it, like I'm looking at Discord. If I get off of Discord, the cameras go away for some reason. I don't know why, and I don't
Okay.
want.
Yeah, like even I think the only real way that you can manage to make it keep the Discord up is if you. No, I don't think you can do it. Okay. So what spells are you changing?
Hold on. Let me see something really quick.
For reference, Darius is going to spend the time talking to Granny and just be like, okay, so in theory,
Mm-hmm.
how far of a shot could you make?
Oh.
Okay, I figured out a solution actually.
Well, I can pretty reliably hit at like 80 feet, but I mean, given the right circumstances, a couple 100 feet probably.
Furthest you've ever shot.
Furthest I ever shot? Oh, well, probably not as far as you think. I wasn't really the one with this. I wasn't. I was always like up in, I was a frontliner, so to speak. Most of my targets were a bit closer. My buddy had the sniper rifle, and he liked to stay a bit further away.
And essentially, they're just going to talk about that kind of stuff for the entire long rest.
And we could also have Rat enjoying the fresh baked bread that is completely normal and not Worm or anything else that is just random foods.
You have to realize, Cody, when you specify something is completely normal, it doesn't seem like it's perfectly normal.
Yes,
Very
but I
nervous.
have to specify it's completely normal, because if I don't specify it's completely normal as Tana, it is definitely not normal.
I hate this logic, but it's true, I suppose. So, Michelle, are you good with spells, or do you need me to do it?
Figured out how to do
Okay,
it.
cool.
Because I've had it up. I'm literally like, I had to put it in a different window essentially. It's
Cool.
okay though.
You all begin making your way up towards the mountain itself, roughly towards the spots where you guys have figured out that it should have created an opening to allow you guys to get in past that blockage that you had already explored. Now, we already know that one of you has a creature you can turn into to allow you to burrow. So, would you like to do so, Michelle? Out of curiosity?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so. I think that's. Yeah.
Cool. So. Oh gosh, excuse me. So, you will turn into a Solids, and you will begin to burrow your way further underground. Most, I'm going to assume, in some kind of a corkscrew-like method. That way, you can do so and allow other folks to make their way in. And upon doing so, let me just change the music a bit. This is too chipper. Shut up, happy music. They're going into a cave.
Cave.
No, happy music's appropriate.
No.
I mean, I feel good about caves.
We're going spelunking.
Aww.
I'm glad
Phantom's been
someone
showing up a
does.
lot more.
She baby.
She is.
Okay.
You guys. Aww. She's talking.
She yells.
So, with Fizzy beginning to make the burrow itself, and everyone else taking up the rear, you guys begin burrowing down roughly to where Asher has determined should be the best spot for you guys to make your way down. And as you do, you will eventually feel the earth that you are burrowing through, Fizzy, collapse down. And you will be aware that this cave that you've been digging into has now opened up. to a wider area. And it appears to be the inside of some kind of mine shaft. Can't hear you, buddy.
I think I was whispering to myself. Don't worry about it.
I also have the light cantrip up, just
Okay.
obviously.
Yeah.
Bringing forward the light cantrip, Granny, you can see that you are inside of what is a dark and restrictive mine shaft. Not terribly large, maybe about 10 foot by 10 foot. So you have enough headroom, which is good, and enough arm room, which is nice. But you can say very confidently that this place is empty, and has been for quite a while. Littering the ground, there are all sorts of various bits and bobs, clutter from a long past time. Tins of maybe something that was food at some point, or possibly some kind of container for cigarettes, or some similar consumable. Bits that look like they were at one time at the very tip, some kind of a spade-like object, or we're being interrupted by a cat. What used to be the tip of some kind of a spade-like object or some kind of an oddly shaped pick. Now broken, now lying on the floor. There were lights here at one time. You can say that confidently. You can see the rusted shambles of what used to be lantern-like objects that would have hung from hooks and supports that are now broken all over the floor. Nothing but scrap. Completely unusable. I would like perception checks from everybody.
And
I mean,
light on the all activated. As well.
You guys all have light sources, so I would like perception checks from everybody. This includes Kaz, this includes Darius, this includes Rot.
Do Fizzy and Darius get advantage because of our advanced dark vision?
You have lower DCs.
Okay.
Also, yeah, Fizzy's like not. Yeah, I was gonna say Fizzy's not. Fizzy's no longer animal.
Yeah, I figured.
Is it perception?
This is perception.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're not looking for hidden things, you're looking for just the general overview.
Okay.
I guide myself or no? I'm assuming no.
I would say no in this case.
That's fine.
You have to say, Tana is at least being the shortest, relatively the safest against any gases in there.
It's true.
Only one common gas, harmful gas, hydrogen sulfide, sinks. The rest of the dangerous gases float.
Yeah. Plus side, guys, if there's gas in these tunnels, everyone else will die. Don't worry. So, Kaz, what did you get on your roll?
A natural one.
Okay. All right. Good start, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, Fizzy. What'd you get?
I did get a 19.
You got a 19 plus.
No, 19 total.
Oh, 19 total. Okay. Granny,
I got
what'd you
19,
get?
I would have been 27. No, 19 total.
I got 11 plus 2 for a 13.
What'd you get, Darius?
I got a 14.
Cool. Rot?
I got a 15 plus 5 for a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Tana?
Dirty 20.
10 plus 5 for 15.
Okay.
Also, if this would affect any sort of scent-based perception, Tana is smart enough to have a handkerchief that is wet with water kind of around her nose and mouth.
Scent-based is not coming into play yet.
Trust me,
Good thought.
we would know. I'd be happy to make rolls.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Kaz, unfortunately, you are a little bit busy looking at the small shiny things that are on the floor to see if there's anything that looks particularly valuable.
I figured, yeah.
Unfortunately, a lot of it is not, but your magpie instinct is kind of acting up. You're seeing things that are catching light. You gotta look at it.
I'm a magpie.
It's the best description. Are 19 and 20, so Rot and Fizzy. You guys will be aware that there is a structural risk to this place. Wrong impact in the wrong spot, If you guys try to move something that is either load-bearing or has load-bearing stuff near it, you could be at a risk of a cave-in. There is a real danger here, and the danger is the mountain that is on top of you. It could be serious if anyone hits something they shouldn't. You will also note this place was abandoned. And not in a rush. It's more so like this place bled out slowly. It had a slow death. Where people were here doing work, and there must have been some kind of upkeep that was expected at once upon a time. But eventually, no one cared about the upkeep. And then people stopped caring about the upkeep, so things got left behind. And maybe they weren't getting what they were wanting anymore, so they just stopped. And now this place is empty. Rot, though, you got the highest, so you'll get the fanciest little detail. There's some very interesting ways that it looks like things were removed from the walls. Spots where it looks like things were mined or harvested. There are some where it looks like it was just hacked at. Someone used a pick, went tink, 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 knocked it loose. But there are other cases where it looks like it was removed very, very carefully and not with any kind of a mining implement you've heard of or seen. You can see there are spots where the stone becomes smooth. Like almost like perfectly bored and sanded out of place. Really weird.
Rot goes to touch the flat, and then right before his fingers touch it, he kind of just goes, "Small is kind of odd."
Yes, Tom.
Also,
Oh.
but
Oh, no.
Well, I'm just adding in something that I had already planned on that only Rob would pick up with that perception roll. And it's kind of ironic to what Connor said 2 statements ago, but Tana's kind of doing the quiet whispering to herself affirmations. It's not going to collapse. Not going to be trapped
Ooh.
miles underground.
Rot was about to inform everyone to not touch anything because it could cave in and kill us all. Rot's gonna be like, everything's fine, and then go back to like Granny Cazendares and be like, don't touch anything. If we touch anything, the ceiling will fall in on us and will crush us and we will die.
Good to know.
Anything load bearing, stay away from it.
We gotta be really careful about what we touch. Okay. You hear that,
going-
Kaz?
And I was going to say
No!
I was going to say that before Connor started explaining the condition of the place, but
And now it fits perfectly.
it's funnier that it's like after explaining.
Rat's just like, ooh.
Um,
Break the bad news.
Ferris does immediately go, but it just start looking at the thing Rot pointed out.
Yeah, it's incredibly strange because it's honestly sanding is almost the wrong word for it. It's more like it was like glassed. It's just a sheer surface.
They use fire to pull it out.
Fire isn't that fine. You're not sure how they did it. It's fascinating though. Making your way further and further into the mines, you can see that this place really must have been quite a marvel, once upon a time. The structures themselves are intended to support, but allow further development and further movement to happen. Very carefully set up to make sure that it always supports the weight. It never is at risk of falling. Well, at least before thousands of years passed. Eventually, you make your way forward enough to the point where your little friend Frog did his war dance and then fell into an open pit. And you see what looks like an elevator shaft. Or what was an elevator shaft. You can see it's been square cut, and there are what look to be gears that would guide. Well, it's like almost like a catch system on the sides where it would guide something up and down. But the thing that was being guided is not there anymore, and the ropes that held it up are not in any condition to be used.
Good thing you summoned Frog back when you did, because that.
As soon as Frog disappeared from view, it was like, nope. Step back.
Tana, using the light coming out of the awl, you shine it down the shaft, and you can see that the edge of the beam does not go down far enough. So it's at least 30 feet deep. Yes.
How far down is it?
You can see it's about 100 feet deep.
I have 120 feet dark vision.
I forgot. I was gonna be like, we could drop like a pebble with the light cantrip.
In terms of if you fell down there, would be 55 d6 points of fall damage.
Dead.
Yeah, not getting up from that.
Not 100 feet.
Well, you also realize this is most likely what would be required to go further in. Whatever else is up ahead, you gotta go down.
Does it go up at all?
It does not go up at all. You're
Okay.
basically on level 1, and then you go down further and further.
Hey, who's got pikes? Did we get pikes?
We should have stolen some.
Should have gotten pikes because we got rope. I got rope.
Obviously, it's not something Tana would think of.
Are there any since it's an old mine shaft, are there any boulders nearby
Certainly are.
that are big enough to not move if a whole person's weight was dangling from it?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I won't say yes, but I will say maybe.
I only have 50 feet of rope anyway. We'd have to tie rope. Wait. Does Kaz have rope? Does Kaz have a...
I have 50 feet of rope, but
No.
I could go down there with grapnel, without
That's...
any issues.
We have rope trick.
Yeah,
I
but I
know
need
what
60
rope
feet
trick
of rope.
is.
It doesn't need 60 feet of rope. It goes up to 60 feet of rope.
Go 50
Huh.
feet down, use rope trick, go 60 feet down.
Could you...
That's a
Because you
real option, in all
you
honesty.
can move
Well,
rope trick,
to-
right? Can't we go inside the rope trick and go... No?
I will give Kaz some credit.
Or-
It's a length of rope that is up to 60 feet long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Kaz's idea for rope trick, yep, you could use rope trick. You can't move rope trick, though. So what you can do is go 50 feet down, summon the rope trick, and then use that to go the rest of the way down with a secured rope at that point.
Oh, no,
Because
that
the rope
makes
trick
sense.
can't move.
So
It's not
would we,
gonna...
Back up.
Could we jump inside of... Wait, I don't understand how rope trick works fully.
Yeah, so rope trick is basically you are summoning a portal. I will use this here. I'll do a little demonstration with artwork. So let's say you guys are up here. You send a rope down 50 feet. You get to this part right here.
Okay.
At that part, you realize we can't go down any further. With rope trick, you can summon the little portal, which becomes the source of the next rope and goes down the rest of the way. That portal can't move. But you can use that rope, and the portal, which is secured, to climb down.
Would that what is the portal in depth? What's the time limit on the portal?
Great question. I haven't checked.
I haven't checked either.
6 seconds. Climb fast.
Rope trick lasts for 1 hour.
So you got an hour.
Are gone again on the stream.
Oh.
Is
What
it?
happened?
Camera's gone.
The void has taken me.
What has taken all of us?
Sure.
Hey, Connor.
Yeah.
What does Asher have on him?
What does Asher have on him?
Probably also 50 feet of rope.
Let me check.
How many ropes we got?
We got plenty of ropes.
He has plenty of rope. He is out of pythons, though. Remember, you guys used those.
Yeah, we used
I
them
have
all.
a python.
You have a python?
Do you have a python?
do.
I mean, we could also potentially
You could.
tie the ropes together and.
Yeah, you can. You can
Round
definitely do that.
Well, we don't even need to hammer it in because we have the awl.
It's true.
Oh, that's right. That would make it easier at least, because
Yeah.
the awl will punch a hole and then we.
Yeah,
You want it to be.
that is a perfectly reasonable idea. Bundling, tying the two ropes together. Actually, who's going to tie the ropes together?
It's a
What
dex
kind of
thing.
check is
Let me-
it?
Let
Sleight
me-
of hand.
Let me do it.
Let's
Right hand.
let the thief do it.
Hey, question. Can Fizzy give Kaz guidance?
Sure.
And let me assist.
And
I
Tana
don't know
will
why
give you
you guys are-
assistance.
I don't know why you guys are worried. I have a +10 on sleight of hand.
yeah.
So we want the best possible outcome.
We want the most beautifulest knots to ever exist.
Exactly.
Yeah, but Tana has seen you tie ropes, and there's probably been as many nat 20s as nat 1s in your
Yeah,
life.
as a tightrope walker, I feel like Kaz is specifically.
I'm
Yeah.
supposed to be trained with the rope, so.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
have a 19 plus 10, so I don't know what that does.
29 plus the
Our
D4
ropes
from
are
guidance.
You
Our ropes
melded
are
the ropes
secure.
together. You didn't even tie. You just melded them together.
So
They're one rope.
Kaz will very securely bind the two ropes together. They're
Right.
not going to be shut up, whore, you fucking bastards.
I'm guessing
Fucking whore.
it's probably actually in a square knot. Because
Got him.
that's-
I win.
Not after 8 p.m. You don't get to call me that.
Whoa! You're only a whore after 8.
Yeah, from the hours of like 8 to like 3 a.m.
I am
Okay.
time-based whore.
Actually,
I was saying, I was like, my friends won't give a shit, and then I realized other people could judge me.
yeah. Actually, if it's coming to
Um,
binding-
So yeah, you'll be able to bind those two ropes together with no issues at all.
probably a double fisherman's bend.
It doesn't matter.
I
it's
don't
tied.
care.
Like, I know too much about.
Using the
Fucking Boy
awl,
Scout.
you drive
Boy
a hole into the actual ground itself. I would like someone to make an athletics check with advantage to make sure the python stays in place.
Probably
It-
also Kaz, if I'm being honest.
What's Kaz's strength score?
What's her athletics roll?
+5.
Okay. Yeah, you're slightly better than me. Because I don't have any strength to back up my athletics.
You will
I
you
the
will-
bronze.
you will get advantage on this, but that is all you'll get.
I'm the bronze in this party.
You are the
Oh
bronze.
my god, it's an 18. What the fuck?
23.
+5. I can't math. What's that?
It's okay. 23.
Okay.
So strong.
Driving
Everyone
the
thinks Vera's the strong one in the relationship.
It's Kaz.
It's still Vera.
Everyone thinks Vera's the strong one. They're right.
They are correct. Driving the python into place with a well-secured rope, you guys are able to descend down into the elevator shaft further and further. There, you guys will see that the shafts begin to spiderweb out further and further, making their ways into twisting and turning caverns, all of which have been properly secured by now petrified wood. In many cases, it looks secure. In a few cases, it has collapsed. And in other cases, it looks like there have actually been small rooms and barracks that have been set up for people to rest. You all begin making your way towards the nearest room that looks like it may have something of note present in here.
Is it a map?
It is not a map.
Damn. It's 2 maps.
Unfortunately,
Like a persona.
any paper maps are ruined at this point. So they're
It's a
gone.
metal map.
It's a metal map.
Like
Metal
a
map.
subway station.
It's a big sign
Plexiglass.
saying, you are here.
You insert a gemstone you found from the thing into the statue, and it flips around, revealing a plaque that gives you the first floor map.
You put your Sheikah slate into a pedestal, and then you're given the map of the dungeon.
No, you walk into the dungeon and you find a brochure of the museum.
Pick a map.
Wow.
I'm just joking about Resident Evil. How
I
they
know,
do
we're all joking. We're joking about all different video games.
Intentionally. As you all are making your way into the small barracks-like area, you will hear a faint cry out from Asher, and you will hear the sound of stone collapsing, as it appears that Asher has just fallen through a hole in the actual pit itself, and it is on a lower level from you guys now.
Garrus doesn't even turn around when she hears it. She just gives a deep sigh.
You will hear a distant voice call out, "I am fine. Do not worry."
Well,
find
he's
a
fine,
way.
let's go.
Find a way back up. We'll meet you somewhere. I don't know. Keep in touch. It's
Why are we yelling?
We have your
I forgot.
This is true. I'm fine down here. Do not worry. I fortunately my back managed to cushion my fall, but I believe I am safe down here. There is not much of note, but there does appear to be some machinery down here. I will be poking around if you do not mind.
Get the shit out of me.
Cat and lap.
Sorry.
You guys make your way into the small barracks area, where you can see there are what remains of mattresses now moth-eaten and in ruins.
Moths got down here?
Something.
Where are the moths at?
You're gonna hope it's moths, because if it's not, it's something else that's willing to eat a mattress.
It's people.
And
There's people.
there's one
It's people, but
particularly
they're
large
fucked up.
chomp out of one of them. Mothman.
Mothman.
There was a moth here, but he's the shape of a man.
Mothman.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Thank you. Right, the night.
It's probably actually been chewed in by rats and used as a nest
Bedding.
Mhm.
for them.
Yeah. You can see that there are multiple bunks here, made out of some kind of metal. Most of it has held admirably, given the years, but looks like some moisture has intruded into this section, and unfortunately, it has effectively eaten away what metal was here, and they are not doing too great. I would like investigation checks from everybody who is inside of this room, not including Asher, who is now not something I have to
I
worry
was
about.
gonna say, so everyone.
Investigator.
That's my
Can I
like
check
putting your
for
closet too,
hidden?
baby.
You may.
Okay.
Do a fun thing, and I'm gonna give myself advantage on intelligence check for the next hour. With enhanced ability.
Good idea. You use enhanced ability. You have advantage on intelligence checks.
Investigation.
Investigation. Give a +7.
Is it the floor or the sky?
The 4.
Okay.
Life is like a hurricane here in Duck.
It's insulting.
Well, Casey rolled.
I wasn't thinking.
Kaz, what did you get?
15.
15? What did you get, Fizzy?
I also got a 15.
Granny?
That one.
Darius?
There's what you roll.
I would have 3 on the die +10 for 13.
Got it. Rut,
9 plus 7, 16.
16. Tana.
18 plus 1 for a 19.
That's a 19 from Tana.
I feel anger.
Cut it out. Tell us
Oh,
what. I
of
feel
note,
anger.
Tana is probably anything she touches is with the lightest touch possible.
So, our friends who got the 15s and the 16. So Kaz, Fizzy, and Rod. You guys will note there's what appears to be a rat nest that is somehow standing up a good, probably about like 4 feet up. And it looks like it's just pile of generation and generation of rat nest. But the weirdest thing is that at the very top of it, at the very top of all that material, there's a faint light coming from just underneath that material. With our friend who got a 20, though, what you will note... 19, sorry. What you will note is that there appears to be a false panel underneath one of the bunks. It's been carved into the stone. And then, with that same stone, to match it up nearly perfectly, set back into it. Someone hid something there, and they wanted me to make sure it stayed hidden.
Well, getting to the bunk is an easy thing for being small.
Yep. Tana begins to go under a bunk to look for something, while the rest of you look over at this strange pile of rat nests.
So who wants to stick their hand in?
Is it fresh?
What? That wasn't serious. Fizzy, no.
Like, ooh, it's a pile of friends.
So I would not call it fresh, Kaz. But at a certain point, rats won't give a shit if they have a nice home and you've got generations of rats that made a basically a fucking condominium. Yeah, they're gonna keep living in here.
The rat mansion.
And Fizzy immediately just puts her hand inside of it.
What's in here?
Animal handling?
Maybe it's a good thing it was Fizzy.
Handling just pulling rats out.
Yeah.
Excuse me, pardon me.
I think Fizzy is the best at animal handling in the group.
Well, what's Fizzy's
same.
animal handling?
Plus 8.
Plus 8? Oh, okay. I have a plus 5 for the record. I have
so
animal
plus
handling.
5.
It's for any horses we meet. Cowboy.
Baby!
What?
Huh?
No.
One?
No.
Yes.
Oh.
Fizzy!
Get rabies.
Actually,
Thankfully, I don't think rats can carry rabies, but...
Also, I don't think Fizzy can get rabies. She's like a possum.
Yeah, Fizzy is like
yeah.
Say that as though she has
That's a racial ability.
before and is immune.
Yeah, right.
Fizzy! You push your hand into the rat nest.
Oh, God.
so scared of
See
you.
so much.
Ow. Ow.
You'll take about 10 points of piercing damage, and you'll pull your arm out, and you will see this hairless, naked body of a few rodent-like creatures with little buck teeth that are sticking out, no tails. These naked mole rats have basically latched onto you and are starting to bite you.
Oh my God.
Rufus.
Shakes her hand.
Ooh. Ooh.
What is
Yeah.
that? That freaky thing? Is that
Shut
is
the-
naked mole rat?
Seems we interrupted a family.
The mole rats will skitter away, and Fizzy, you'll feel that there is something like a pedestal beneath the actual nest itself.
Is
Michelle.
Michelle,
Huh? What?
Yeah.
Sorry.
like I
Slow
said,
down.
there's nothing removable in there, but instead something that feels almost like a pedestal.
Inside?
A pedestal is at like a slight angle underneath all these nests.
I wanna. Can I push on it?
Yeah, you push on it. a few of the nests topple over. And a few more naked mole rats will scurry out.
Sorry, guys.
You are destroying their home.
You'll
I am
hear
destroying
you'll
their
hear
home.
several screeches of protest from the naked mole rats.
Ugh,
And
guys,
you
it's-
and you are looking at a pretty badly degraded metal pedestal of some sort with what looks like almost like a glass put on top of it. And it's like a flat pane of glass, is the best way of describing it. And it looks like there's something layered between it, because between these two things you can see dots almost. It's all on the left-hand side of the screen, and the dots just kind of trail down the actual screen itself. All on the left-hand side.
Investigate it.
Is this a computer?
Is that MacBook?
Is this
Is this
a pigeon?
Would you guys like to begin investigating the pedestal?
Yeah.
Sure.
Investigation
wait,
checks on
hold
the
on.
folks.
I need to do something because I actually do have to make a concentration check.
Oh yeah, enhanced ability.
I'm fine. I
I
Okay.
was gonna say, if you lose that, it'll be so funny.
So enhanced ability, investigation from the folks who are going to be poking around at the pedestal. Cody, while they're rolling. Beneath this, you see that it is intended to be removed. Someone hit a little leather strap that is now terribly degraded, but it's still enough. And you pry it up and off.
I have tweezers where I can like grab
Yeah.
in there.
You got it. It's a relatively thin sheet of stone. You set it to the side, and inside you see that there's a box. It's made of metal. Looks to be some kind of a lead box. It's about yay big, yay tall, yay wide.
Magic weed.
Magic weed.
Oh my god.
Pulling it up and out, and popping open the top of the box, you can see what looks to be like a collection of stones. But they look very unique. The largest of all of them is this crescent-shaped stone, almost like a crescent moon, but it has almost like this marbled look to it with green streaks that run through it and little flecks of gold. And all the other stones that are sitting with it are almost like little asteroids, is the best way of describing them out of character. Rough stone looks almost like metal with streaks of brilliant green, almost glassy-like material.
While everyone else is kind of investigating this, can I ritually cast Detect Magic?
You may. Everybody else. You guys. What's your investigation checks? We'll go with Fitz first.
I got 6 on a die plus 7.
13. Darius.
17 on the die plus 10 for 27.
27. Granny.
7 plus 1.
8. Busy.
20.
Natural 20.
20.
Minus 1. I don't know.
Kaz.
18.
18. So you guys are beginning to kind of look around at this, and you will see at a certain point that there is actually a mechanism on what you thought was this flat pedestal. There's this little metal button on the right-hand side, or a set of them, more accurately. And with the educated guesses of Darius and the haphazard guesses of Busy, you guys will manage to figure out that it kind of moves the screen a little bit. There's a button on the right-hand side that makes it go up, goes down, and you can see that by pressing the button up, you can see that you're looking at the very bottom of something, and pressing it more makes it go up further. But the rest of what you're seeing further is just dots. Just more dots. All on the left-hand side of the screen. Dot. 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 Busy, messing around with some of the other buttons, will accidentally press something.
Cute butt.
Yeah. And you'll see that there are strings of numbers that appear in brackets next to these dots after pushing this button. The strings are long, long strings now.
Are the strings of are the numbers the strings of numbers?
Yeah.
Okay. Because he just points and goes, "They're dancing around." I don't know what that means. It's a lot.
What the heck?
Yes, Darius?
Would I have any guess to what that was? My brain's saying coordinates, but they don't feel right.
No, coordinates doesn't match up. It's something more reasonable to keep track of. Time? Maybe it's the time that something was sent out or something was received. As you guys mess with the other buttons, you will see and press 1 that results in the sounds of mechanisms moving below the rat pile. And you will feel a small rectangular platform begin to push its way out, and then hear the screeching of more angry naked mole rats. As this pedestal, now covered in rat feces, urine, and bedding, that resembles like a typewriter's keyboard. It's set up differently than what you're used to, but it's like a keyboard.
How is Frog reacting to the naked mole rats?
A frog is ready to chase one down unless it stops them.
This has a hold of the little cape on the frog. It's like a little leash. Now it's like, let me go. No.
Let me go.
Where's
It's-
Ruben?
Uh-oh.
Riding a naked mole rat.
Oh my gosh. It's first for skin.
It's all the caffeine he's been drinking. He's just gone.
He's wrangling them.
Hard cut. Ruben is making a suit of leather armor out of naked mole rats.
Ah!
They're all still alive. It's
Oh!
not actually
That's
done any
worse!
cutting or like stitching. It's
He's just
like
tied them all together with string.
take one,
No.
put it up.
Ruben has made a Rat King suit of armor.
Oh god.
Actually, I think it'd be more mortifying. He just swallowed a whole rat, and then all you see is the tail coming out of his mouth.
And then it sucks it in like a noodle.
Like an owl!
No. He's got like a bottomless stomach because he's a familiar. Ugh. Gross.
As you guys have managed to figure out all this stuff. Oh, yep.
Rat is gonna prestidigitation the platform.
You cast Prestidigitation because it is one of the spells that you got from Mage Adept. So there you go.
Just like you hesitating, like in short, is like.
Rat prestidigitations the platform, and then prestidigitations his own hand.
Do you do it with the bone hand or the flesh hand?
Flesh hand.
Gross and gross. And now you're looking at what resembles almost like a typewriter's keypad. The letters are set up differently.
You mean smart?
No, not even like that. The setup for the letters themselves is in a different way that you would normally expect. Just
Probably because it's from a different language. Different languages have different keyboard layouts.
Wait, so we can't understand what it says?
well, there are some letters that match up close with what you recognize, and others that are a little different, and ones that you haven't seen except in historical documents. But you think you can figure it out, and you're
kinda-
pretty sure. Yeah,
I can figure out no problem.
you can.
I used a rushed incant to cast comprehend languages.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it's basically like you're looking at Old English. That's the best way of describing it. You're looking at words that are familiar to your words, but they're different. They're off. The spellings are weird. Some of them are definitely closer to their base languages. I almost said their boot languages, their root languages. So the mutt that is common, a mix of Dwarven, Elven, and everything else under the sun, you see more of the root words there. But you've got a pretty good idea of how it works.
So wait, common is Spanglish?
It's more like Esperanto,
Esperanto.
to be honest.
Interesting.
Yeah. While this has been happening, Tana, you've managed to cast Detect Magic on this pile of stone, and you see that it is putting out quite the powerful magical aura.
All of the stones or just some of them?
All of them. And they're all putting out the same aura.
So it's as though it's a collection item, not individuals.
Yes.
What school of magic?
Transmutation. It will be transmutation magic.
Right. How would you put that? Kind of like crawling backwards out from underneath, dragging the boxes. She'll just kind of pause with the question aloud. Can someone who is a bit better with magic come take a look at these?
As that is spoken aloud, Garrus, you are kind of paying attention to this here and half paying attention to Tana. And as you're doing so, you watch as another dot appears with a new string of numbers next to it.
I type that into the keyboard.
The string of numbers?
Mm-hmm.
You type the string of numbers into the keyboard and you'll see that another a depiction of what you just typed appears in with a little arrow next to it to show that you typed it. But to the left of it, there's a different string of numbers that look like they've improved by like a small increment.
Tracking something.
And then you will see that in response to what you said, there is another phrase that appears. It's in that old English style of common. And you see it says, do you respond? Do you read?
Yes.
Or are you typing it back in? Also, thank you for the raid.
Oh, thank you.
What do you respond in?
I assume yes hasn't changed much over the years.
It hasn't changed much, but there is a slight difference. So, are you going to just respond in common?
She'll spell it in like ye olde common like she's reading.
Okay.
Yay.
Yay. You respond, yay.
Especially because do you respond does have the letters I need for it.
Yeah. And then you will see that they respond back. What has occurred in your vicinity to prevent your response?
Lost to time.
Are you going to respond in common or old English or like the old common?
Old common.
So you're trying to make old common just kind of using what you know, and you'll get back a response of syntax error. ... Are you not used to speaking in High Tongue?
And she'll send back no in common.
You are
Which again,
speaking...
I don't imagine changed much, but...
You're speaking mutt language.
Whoever was here before certainly didn't outlive the mutt.
I take it you are from the local communities nearby?
9.
Where are you from?
Underdark.
Location? Question mark?
Do I know if Yinlin's been called Yinlin for...
Yinland is called Yinland for quite a while.
Go type Yinlin then.
Unfamiliar with this location.
Near present-day Bakrisha.
I'm unaware of this location either.
Landmass southwest of us.
Okay. New name for landmass is Bakrisha.
Name of current landmass is Ekes.
New name for current landmass is Ekes. Much has changed.
What year was it for you?
The last I attempted to properly track time, or cared to track time, it was 73 years after the gods fell.
We are currently 1965 post-schism.
I would assume that is what you mean by... I would assume post-schism is in reference to when the gods fell.
That is what it is currently called.
Acknowledged.
What was the purpose of this facility?
Purpose of the facility was harvesting of resources from nearby locations, namely minerals, ores, and other similar objects.
Who sponsored this facility?
This location and all locations similar to it were run by Editremini. They were his projects.
When was the last time he was at this location?
Unknown. I am not Editremini. I do not know where he is or where he has gone.
What are you?
I am another project of a sort.
Where
Artificial
are you?
life is the best way to describe it.
Where are you?
It will respond back initially using that old common. And
I
then
can
it
still
will...
understand it, so...
Yes, and then it will correct itself and go, apologies. That would not be what it would be referred to anymore. Currently, I am at the repair bay near the warp crux.
Is the warp crux in this facility?
No. The warp crux is a different facility.
We have a map of the facilities. What part of the landmass is it?
The warp crux is down by the southern west edge of this landmass, Ekes, as you were referring to it. If I recall correctly, it was near a mountainous region.
Oh, maybe that mark? Or that one? Or that one?
Was it close to the coast as well?
No, closer to mountains.
We might know what these symbols are then.
It might be.
Is there another one of those green ones?
Yeah, somewhere.
Yes.
There's a
There
bunch of
was
other ones.
one up north,
Okay.
and another one in the middle there, and another one out in the water. And also there.
Is there other ways to communicate with you beyond this tablet?
Unlikely. Any options which could have existed likely are no longer in service. Any options that were potentially still in service most likely have been scavenged, if I was to guess.
Darius is looking at
Approximately 2,000 years of time would be the prime opportunity for scavengers to take whatever they could find and make use of it.
Can this thing be lifted and taken, or is it fully
Mounted into place.
A question for curiosity, because the Feywild for quite some time had time going much more slowly there. What general era of the form of common was spoken there, since not many things spoke common there?
It varies. Because honestly, it also changed up quite a bit more when the portal opened up. Once the portal opened up, suddenly there was a new tongue that came into play.
Yeah.
So, really, it's speaking its own mutt version of common that is a hybrid.
It's a curiosity question.
Yep,
Not
that's fair.
related to-
I'm thinking. My brain is tired, so it's kind of hard.
Okay.
I think Jill stepped away right as Katana was asking before, but with the box of stones that she found, she'd asked, and she'll probably ask again if people haven't responded. Does anybody knows magic a bit better want to take a look at these stones?
Okay. You can roll. You can.
Take a look.
You may roll an investigation check.
Yeah.
15.
Did 15.
So you're not entirely confident on what it does, but you know it's a type of sage stone. Sage stones are basically artificial or natural forms of magic that has been infused into a stone, which is then attuned to a person and can float around them and imbibe some kind of a magic effect on them. You're not entirely sure what this one does, but you have a hunch that has something to do with the earth in some way, shape, or form, but you're not 100%.
Rob will relay all of this.
Why were you sent to the research bay?
Repair bay.
Oh, never.
My physical form had fallen apart. Damaged over the years.
Was it fixed, or are you still damaged?
I'm still in the bay.
What is your name? ...
My old name does not translate well. And anyone who knew said old name is likely gone. I would request you simply refer to me as AG.
AG or HE?
H-E.
He.
Oh my god, it's helium.
And he will simply type it out as the letter H dot E dot.
I'm assuming Darius is sort of sharing this information.
Yeah, she's saying all this out loud. She's not hogging.
Yeah. Maybe Ash. Maybe we could go down there and Ash could take a look at the body.
Might be worth a try. Asher
I
may
just-
even have a few questions for this.
Just popped a little picture of what the object that you found in the box looks like, Cody.
to have a functionality similar to an iron stone.
Yeah, effectively.
Michelle, are you able to scroll down in the chat in the Foundry? I think it got paused at some point.
Yeah, pictures always do something weird to the Foundry chat. It doesn't like auto scroll with pictures.
Yeah,
No.
that way everybody viewing can also see what it looks like.
As you all now ponder this strange situation that you find yourself in, I believe we will end the session there because I do not want to go any further. And we'll pick this up next week. So,
Yeah.
thank you all so very much for being here. I hope you guys enjoyed. Special thanks to the folks at Life at Disadvantage for doing a little raid. It was very kind of you. If you enjoy what we do, pass the word around. Tell your friends. We stream regularly on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. If streaming's not your thing, that's fine. You can always tune in on our podcast, which is on Spotify, iTunes, and other similar solutions. Also, if you prefer seeing our faces at the same time as hearing our voices, we are on YouTube. So you can listen to us there, drop a sub, and tune in. With all that said, I'm hungry. We need to figure out some food. Both me and everybody else here, really. So please say bye, stream.
Bye, stream.
Bye, stream.